Yeah, okay. Mike Scott's out, and then we're just waiting for Taylor. I think. And Eddie, you said you had to drop off at. You're probably going to drop off around 8:30 or so because your power's going out.
Yep.
All right, we'll try to make it so it's not a crucial point.
What's wrong with your power?
Hopefully.
We'll wait until two people are down and need healing or something like that.
Yeah. It's like, okay, and then I'm gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry guys, I gotta roll.
Why's your power going out?
Something about an upgrade that needs to be done after the system has been unelectrified or some shit. So they're knocking it off at 9, and then it comes back at 5 a.m.
That sucks.
Yeah. It's not great.
Geez, that's a long run.
That is a long run.
Yeah.
So I got to help Nate get something out of his car, and then I'll be right back in.
All right. Still waiting on Taylor.
Well, I know who's the first one going to be to die. Eric.
Are you still around Lowell, or did you move somewhere else?
Me?
Yeah.
I was never in Lowell. I live in Lawrence.
Oh well, I mean Lawrence. It's not.
Yeah, no. I'm still in Lawrence.
Yeah.
It's just a somewhat nicer place.
Right.
Yeah, I was saying I hadn't had like a maintenance thing like that, but I'm guessing maybe for a city, like a city block, that might be more of a thing. They've got, everyone hang off one particular substation, and that has to get something redone. So they have to wait, till all the lines are de-energized.
Yeah, I mean, it's never happened to me before. This is like the first time I've ever had to deal with anything like this. But it's me. Well, it's my building, and then the other mill building that's like right down the street. So.
Well, I guess that probably says some of it being such a large building. There's probably a lot of electrical infrastructure that powers it all.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Taylor.
Hey.
Hey there. Yeah, we're not starting out. Eric's got to go do something, so we're just ranting about politics or talking about Eddie's power going out.
It's less about politics and more about people's attitudes in the world today.
I guess it's the people's handling of the politics.
But so I know everyone is wondering, but the count right now is 5,378 on my comics, and I only have a small, probably maybe like 150 more to go.
So like roughly around a little over 5,000 comics, what it came out to.
Yeah.
Now, how many comics are in a long box?
100. Well, the long ones are 300, I think. No,
okay.
No, they're like 150, and the small ones, I think. Geez, I can't remember now. I thought they were 300, but that's if you don't have boards and bags. So.
Right. Sorry, I get. Oh yeah, 200 to 300 comics. I'm guessing if you bag and board them, then the number usually goes down because you can't fit as many.
Correct.
So say it's 250.
I'll send a picture of the pile. It's freaking massive.
Hey, Mike, how many people actually watch the stream?
It cross, so it's in Brass League, and then it automatically posts, and it cross streams to Katie's server. So some of the younger kids come in and watch us, but not more than like 2 or 3. My uncle comes on to give me shit every once in a while, but the last time, Veronica, because I have moderators in there, and Veronica banned him. She said, "Nope, you're out."
Oh man.
But yeah, it's for me, it's more like when I was painting, I had probably had 10 or 13 people watching me paint, which was weird because it was just boring. But I was talking the whole time. The hard part about it is you can't have anything that's copyrighted, right? So you can't play music. You can't. So it's just you, and if you're playing a game, well, people can watch the game. But if I'm just painting, I had a lot of people watch my magic when I opened that magic box. People were into that too. I don't know. Something to do.
If you look on Reddit, every once in a while you'll be scrolling around and there'll be a like trending video or whatever, and it's just some guy playing a guitar or whatever he's doing, you know.
Right.
I'll bet you could stream your painting on Reddit and people would watch that.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, like I said, it's really not about viewers. It's just more about like I want to kind of promote like the board gaming and that stuff. What I really want to do with Brass League is I wanted to go to Gen Con and I have used my my GoPro and do like the running of the nerds when it opens, you know, and do like all those kind of cool things and talk to people like Dwarven Forge and talk to people in their games and have them kind of like live interview type stuff. Like it was just interesting to me to just something different to do, right? We're talking about hobbies and stuff that we like, and you know, Gen Con really freaking threw me for a loop this year, man. I was depressed for a while. It was tough. It wasn't easy.
You mean because it got canceled or something?
Yeah, because I was just it was tough. I mean, last year when Kurt and Scotty and I went, it was probably the most fun I've had over 3 days or 4 days in maybe, you know, five or six. I mean, it was just up there. It's one of those like, man, it was just awesome. It was just hanging with my friends. We're doing the nerd stuff. We're hanging, you know, we go and get dinner or lunch and we come. It was just everything about it was just like awesome. And I was so hyped up for this year. And I had the Brass League thing going. I was ready to start, you know, like doing that stuff, and then it was just like, nope, COVID. So
I just looked at my long and short boxes. I'm guessing I probably have just, you know, half of what you've got. Maybe like if it's roughly 250 per long box count for my longs and shorts, it'd probably be about 2,500 or so.
which is substantial. It's a lot of space. I don't know, like
especially some of them, like the X-Men, I've probably got a solid run from like 200 to 300, you know, with maybe just a few holes.
And the first appearance of Gambit is something you should make sure is bagged and boarded. And also New Mutants at the end there. If you have the first appearance of Deadpool, make sure that thing is very delicately slid into a boarded bag.
Yeah. They're almost all boarded and bagged.
Yeah, but like the grading system is so. I was talking to the guy. The comic store around the corner, they're like video games and comics and stuff. I was talking to the kid. I say kid. He's a 25-year-old guy, right? Like because we're 45, it's like my kids are old. So he was telling me about the grading thing because I have this one that I have had for a long time. So I have this one from DC that's it's the Green Lantern #1 after the rebirth, and Jeff Johns has signed it, and DC, you know, they have a certificate and they have a seal, and there's a number 65 of 1,000, right? So I went to him and I said, yeah, I want to get this graded and put into the plastic so I can hang it on my wall next to my collection. And he goes, yeah, you're gonna have to take all this stuff off, and we're gonna have to send it to a certain comics grader outside of, like, basically, like, all this stuff comes off. I only send the comic, and then they actually verify the signature. I'm like, yeah, but he goes, no, that doesn't mean shit. I said, okay. He's like, anyone could just do that. Anyone could do this sort of like presentation and shit. He goes, they verify the signature, they grade the book, which this book is going to be 9.9, easy. It hasn't done, nothing's been done. It's never taken out of here. And then they press it and they put it into the plastic. And then when it comes back, he's like, there's a little pouch on the back that you put your little seal and the certificate in. This book isn't worth, it's like worth $15. But to me, as part of my collection, you know what I'm saying? It's worth and it's going to cost me $80 to get this thing verified, sealed, and all that shit. But for my collection, it makes sense. So, you know.
Yeah.
But like, they had a 9.8 on that Deadpool one, and it was $980 in their store. And I have one in my collection, but I don't think it's a 9.8. And the next grade down, like 9.7, is half the price. It's just like,
it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I love the shit out of Wolverine, and if someone said, dude, I'm gonna give you the first ever appearance of Wolverine in a comic for your birthday, I'd be like, dude, keep it. I don't. And then if I had one, it's like, is it readable? Yes, good enough for me.
Well, I've always been about that. It's like I want to read them. So for me, like I have a lot of trade paperbacks, and I'm actually giving them some of those too. But like I don't need. It's this whole like Veronica and I are going through this, just getting rid of stuff with too much stuff, you know. And so it's like this thing has been sitting in the. These things have been sitting there. It's an amazing amount of paper. And if someone's willing to, I'm going to go around and just give them the paper or the printout and go, what's your bid, basically, and then go to another comic store and go, what's your bid, and figure out who's going to give me the most for it, and then I'll probably pull out that. I have Nightwing 1, 2, and 3, which McDaniel is one of my favorite artists. I'll probably get those pressed and graded to put on the wall, and there you go, done. You're right. It's like you have these for so long, and you're like, you become, it's a hobby. You're obsessed with it. I guess I was obsessed with it for how long, and then I'm keeping it for what? You know?
But I guess for us, it was mostly about reading them.
Yeah, right.
Than actually literally having them all, you know.
Exactly. Well, I'm taking us over, so
yeah,
I'm sorry. My apologies.
Right. No, I started leaving the opens. The beginnings, really, 15 minutes, so just to chit chat and shit, since we don't really do that all too much. I mean, some of us all work together, but
like stupid Mike won't shut up again.
no.
Actually, I'm curious, Mike, have you opened any of Zendikar Rising?
Not yet. I
got to open a pre-release pack. I got 6 packs, and I got one of those nice lands, those mythic lands. Oh,
really?
Yeah, I'm so happy.
You know, if you're into, I didn't know you were into Magic. I can show you some cards that'll like knock yourself. I bought way too much Double Masters.
Oh my god, I got an Avacyn.
That's an awesome pull.
Borderless. Oh, it's beautiful. And I got a Double Seasons, but I wanted a sword. I wanted a sword.
It was around my birthday, so Veronica did something too. And I'll let Kurt get on his. I'll just show you these. Hey, and if you ever want to play, let me know. Do you play Arena at all?
I used to play like a couple of weeks ago, but I've been getting into some other Xbox games at the moment.
Okay.
I opened up a bunch of packs on there, and I've been accumulating these Arena pre-release code things to get put on there.
There's a lot of free promos too.
Ah, that's what I wanted.
See the foil? See the foil? See the extended art?
And he's borderless. It's beautiful.
That's a $130 card.
I was gonna say like 140, 150. Yeah.
I did not get a Force of Will, which is like that's the money card.
300 or something.
Yeah, it was up for 450 at one point, but I'm gonna show you this one.
It's because I made him borderless and foil. Oh, so beautiful.
That was a crazy pull. I almost fell out of my chair.
I remember my buddy had a couple of those, and I'm pretty sure that Jace is banned so many places because it's just one of the best cards.
No, the new Teferi, that one's fucking banned.
Oh.
This is my favorite art from this set.
Oh, you fucking got a sword! God damn it!
That's my favorite art. It's so cool. So it's like fire and ice, lava and ice.
The melting.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
That's so nice. That's also like 100, something like $100.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, there were a couple of booths at Gen Con, and they just sold like Magic artwork.
Oh, you son of a bitch! How many of these did you get?
Dude, I told you. I told you.
I think I got like 4 or 5 of these guys.
Well, if you ever need cards, let me know. We can do some trading.
Ooh. Yeah, I've been putting too much money into it recently. It's bad.
I play Commander exclusively, so.
Yeah, I've been building up my 2014 mono white Commander deck for a while, and it's a pretty great equipment deck. I've been a fan of it. I actually put the Batter Skull in. Oh, you saw? I got 2 of them. I got 2 of 3. I'm so close.
So you need another one of these?
No. I think I need a tower.
You need a tower. I don't have an extra tower. But those are all foil.
Nice
These I'm gonna frame. If I can get the Karn, it's too expensive though. But if I can get these, I'm gonna frame them and put them up because of the art.
Nice.
Another reason why I wanted to go to Gen Con was because the artists are all there. And
Oh shit! Really?
yeah, and most of them are there. And then you can get like playmats and stuff signed by the artist, or you can get like an extended playmat. Like they have playmats that you can't get anywhere else. You can only get in Artist Alley. So it's like,
I never got a playmat before, so I need one.
all right, Kurt, sorry, totally hijacked
Yeah,
you
I know,
again.
right now.
Nerding out.
Whenever
One thing,
Magic
did you ever meet
comes up.
John Avon?
Who's that?
He made the full art MTG lands. Oh, they're just beautiful.
Really?
Yeah, those there's like a solid like 5, full art John Avon lands. Oh, they're just beautiful.
Those are the ones that were. I know which ones you're talking about. I think I might have.
Yeah, some of them came in foils and the double masters.
The double
The
masters. Yeah, I got some of
is the
those.
coolest one, and of course they gave me like 3 islands. So
Yeah, you're like whatever. Yeah, not easy, man. I actually am going to play Mag Olympics this weekend. We have my buddy Ray. We do go and play Mag Olympics, and we do just Commander, and it's like 5 or 6 people, and it's just it's brutal, absolutely brutal.
I think I played an 8-way commander game, and that was just way too long.
All right, so it is still the evening of Tuesday, July 10th, 1934. To review, you'd all been on this investigation. You'd finished up the fight at Rosie's with the Steinadler Motorrad Club. Got the clues to come to the A7 Club, which was also your lead from the airport of the one place that the syndicate might be operating out of in Berlin. And then this also may be the place where Merton is being held, or at least that's the place where the Golden Eagle Motorcycle Club gang and their boss Thomas Steinhauser said that they dropped the guy off, and that they'd handed off him to this Anna Fedor, who he'd seen. He's a rather tough guy, and he'd seemed a little terrified of her for some odd reason. You'd approached and gotten to the place that evening, pretty much as it was warming up to the peak hours. You'd stood in line for a bit and figured out some way to get on the inside. Cloakroom, you had to check some of your guns and stuff, any more weapons that most people were carrying, and then went out onto the main floor. It was this big, expansive 2-floor with a high ceiling. The middle all opened out with a bar and this huge, roughly rectangular oval fish tank going from the floor to the ceiling with the coral and the little treasure and the mermaid with the breathing wand in it. You checked out the place. You had noticed up on the second floor the cigarette smoking woman who you'd seen here and there or found evidence of possibly her cigarettes throughout several different investigations of the campaign, but she seemed to be standing up on the second floor, signaling, tapping on her watch to Blitzman and Sternschnuppe while you were walking by on the first floor and saw her magnified in the large lens of the fish tank. Later, when you got up there, you found that Dunhill Gold Art Deco watch lighter. And actually, I wanted to ask who actually took that as evidence. There was this, and there was the cocktail napkin on it that said, "Make sure to pack a lunch at the table." Okay, so
It was either Lars or Mike.
I think I took it.
yeah, I think you were the one that had gone up and checked out the table. So you'd found this, and then that cocktail napkin that had the pack a lunch written on it. You checked out the rest of the place, eventually moving to the upstairs as well. Oliver Ramos, I think, was the first one to teleport into this room, but eventually you all regrouped upstairs and through different ways, made your way in there, mainly going down to the bathroom, teleporting upstairs into this main area. you'd gone into what appeared to be a break room, which contained several actual syndicate thugs, whereas most of the people that worked here, the bartenders, even the bouncers, seemed to be more on the up and up. None of them were carrying weapons. None of them looked particularly shady. They were all relatively nice and professional and courteous. Whereas the guys in the back scenes here, you did run into and have a bit of a tussle with. You moved into this second room, again up on the second floor, and cleared that one out without too much trouble taking these guys out. This did appear to be some kind of counting room, with desks, and there was cash that they were running through. They were all armed, again, with either the C96 Mauser. Oop, is the picture not? That's odd. Does the cleaver picture show? I think the app is crashing. No. All right, it just took a really long time. So each of them had one of these cleavers, and I'll try the gun again. There we go. C96 or aka broom handle Mauser. So those weapons are available on any of these fine gentlemen who you got rid of. So if you were disarmed and wanted those weapons, you could carry them on you. In this room, there was just the one door leading to, again, just marked as a private do not enter. But rather than going through there, the Verwandler decided to poke a hole and peek through the wall at this one particular spot. I put door here just because you basically cut a little hole. And looking into this, it seems to be somewhat of a back room with the back of a fake door here and the back of a swinging secret door with a little latch and stuff behind it, and then a spiral staircase. So this is a 10-foot square. This is a wrought iron spiral staircase. I just in case it wasn't, I guess. To get the idea. No, I'm not shopping. Images. There, something like this. So as much as it's a 10-foot area, you do have a solid object to kind of, you can't quite clearly see. It's not just like a hole in the floor, but then it is a bit of open space. So, whatever, if there's noise going between the two or walking around or stuff, that's going to travel a bit. So, and you are in this little, sort of hidden compartment and stuff. You figure any noise you make in here, I mean, granted, you did have a bit of a tussle out here, but at least you had a door. Here you've got walls and as well as somewhat open space down to the basement. So you'll want to be quiet. So this is going to be making agility rolls for stealth as well as probably moving at half speed if you're going to want to be at least somewhat quiet. And even the door that, well, quote unquote door, the hole that Verwandler cut here, it's kind of just like a 2 foot by 2 foot or so. There's something you can kind of crawl through, not really walk quite through. The rest of the room is pretty much plain and secure. There's no other portals or windows or anything like that. The rest of the doors are all closed as far as your environment, and that's it from there. Pretty much where we left off. Does anyone have any questions? Otherwise, we'll roll initiative just for some kind of framework of people actually operating in order. But just for the way you're handling yourself, you'll want to be going either slow or stealthy. Otherwise, there's people in other rooms.
I
would think.
do have a small question.
Yeah.
So when I did the transmuting, that is a temporary. I need like level 7 or something for a permanent change. So I'm focusing on that still. But I'm wondering if I made it into like cardboard and I moved it somewhere and then I stopped focusing, like would it just turn into a wall or would the wall revert back? I don't really know.
I guess the way I thought of it at the time was like you turned a piece of like the wall into a piece of cardboard and then pulled the cardboard free or whatever. And when it wears off and it turns back, it'll turn back into a piece of wall, but it'll still be separated from it. So,
Okay.
like the transmutation enabled you to separate the two. I mean, maybe something like that might come up again, and we'll have a different way to play it. But I guess that's how I was kind of picturing it in my head. You know, it's like a transmuted into rice paper, which you're able to rip free, and then it transmutes back, and the hole is kind of still there, if that's the way it is.
I'm thinking about focusing on maybe a shapeshift. That would make me a little bit stealthier, more agile. Probably something more like a monkey, like a little small monkey I'm going to turn into.
Sure.
Come on, leave the monkeys.
So I guess should everyone roll initiative just so, and then we'll go in order. I mean, we do have
I rolled
somewhat of an order.
an uncharacteristic 8 for my initiative.
I would suggest so.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to take that back. I was doing that just to have some kind of order to go in, but as I was remembering it, everyone had kind of stacked up. I mean, you know, so it makes sense for Blue Suit to go first, and then just go in the order of the way we are kind of here. You know, everyone, if assuming everyone's coming inside. But sorry, Lars, you were going to say?
Two things. One, last week I believe I had said I was gonna kind of stay to the back and watch the back door as we go. So I'll go last.
Okay.
And second, Tyler, can you only change into specific things, like plants and animals and stuff, or?
I can go, I think, a quarter of my size, or up to 4 times my size into some other animal.
The reason I ask is it would be incredibly comical for you to turn into a thick carpet for these stairs to make it really easy for us to go up them quietly. But if that's not possible, maybe you could somehow transmute the stairs into something a little softer. I don't know, something along those lines.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was a little bit muted there. But I think that would be more under transmutation. I think I can only go into an animal of a quarter of my size or 4 times my size.
But would you be able to change the stair tread material into something softer or something like that, or that's not really?
I'm wondering how big of an area I could do it.
I mean,
I could do it up to
But
5 cubic
Lars,
feet.
There's desks and stuff there, and I think Kurt did say there was a rolled up carpet there. I mean, I don't know how far you want to go with.
Well, yeah. So as far as him turning into stuff, like it's not, he can't like turn into a puddle of water or a carpet or something. It's got to be like a thing, you know, a moving thing. He does, and then transmute. It's like 50% of your weight. And again, it's like an object, so it would be like the stairs, not like one particular tread on the stairs. But what I was going to say, for the other reason I wanted to show the pictures, you can kind of see through it. So you can stealthily or crawl or move and try to look downstairs or do something like that, rather than just, you know, you're in one room and then snap, you're in another room. But I don't think you could do quite that with the stairs.
Does this only go down, or is it going in both directions?
Just up, just down, rather.
Okay. All right, carry on.
So, all right, so there's still rooms on this level for us to assess. Who remind me again on the secret door, Kurt? How did that come to pass?
So when you were in this room, all there were these 2 doors,
Correct.
like the office doors, and he just picked some spot on the wall behind this
Oh, I
guy's
get it.
desk.
So it's an alternate way to get into that room, possibly, but maybe only from that side. Okay.
Yeah. So, let's see. I'm gonna turn annotation on. Also, for all.
The other thing to remember is we found blood spots going down, I believe, the stairs.
So I mean, you know, the room is like, this would just be a normal wall, and he cut through, and I mean, you went through first, and he kind of peeking through, you know, from the wall in here. It's like you're, you know, when you go into some crawl space, like you're seeing the studs of the walls, you're seeing the paste between the slat boards, like you are definitely like behind the walls. And then as far as the boxes, I mean, these are 2 different boxes on my diagram just because I can't do an irregular shape. But
Sure,
as
sure.
far as you know, this is all just one room.
But there are doors, so
Yeah, but there are doors. So, and the door here, you would see it would seem to swing open this way, and because there's no doorknob, it's just like the framework of a wall and like kind of a latch on it. You figure this is probably a secret door that opens into this space. And then over here, you see what looks like a door, but on this side it's just all bolted into place. So you imagine on the other side of this door, it probably just looks like a normal door, but on this side you can see it's like a false door. It's just like a physical door that someone nailed into place. And anyone on the other side, they would never be able to open it because it's not even on any hinges. It's almost like a fake door. Like you would guess this is the way someone would think they would get in, but it wouldn't work, and they would think, oh, the door must be bolted shut or something. But this is really the secret way in. And then here is just this, cast iron or wrought iron stairwell heading down. I mean, the floor treads even they have somewhat holes
Okay.
through them, so you can. It's somewhat translucent, and you can kind of see past or through it.
So, yeah, so I already know what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take a focused action to with my Alderbrilla do detection, like look down and do detection, and the detection is it's an enhancement of my vision. Like I said, I can see like maybe blood spots or human whatever biological, but it's also an enhancement of like if it was a secret door, like you would see like it's an enhanced like it just allows you to see more, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, so when you had it on, you did see a couple of droplets, not like a huge swath of blood, but just like shining luminol or spraying luminol on it and using a UV light. You see a couple of dots, leading down these stairs.
But,
Like
it's more of a my intention is to.
Oh yeah. No, you're actually looking down there. I was just saying, because
Yeah.
I think Lars had said, I forgot to mention from last time, you had noticed that evidence.
Right. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, you're basically trying to see, peek or see downstairs, kind of through the stairs and all. Just give me an agility check.
It wouldn't be my detection. Oh, agility for stealth. Okay.
Yeah, for stealth. I mean, the glasses will help somewhat, but it's almost anyone. It's one of those you can't. I don't know. That's why I was trying to pull up the stairs. You have to imagine. They're always from the bottom, I guess, because they're trying to show off the stairs. If you were like laying on the floor and like kind of peeking down, you kind of like see through some of the rungs and stuff towards the bottom.
Agility check is a 27.
Okay, so you're definitely stealthy enough. You kind of have to lay down, so you would be prone to have to look through the slats towards the bottom, and then just give me a perception check, more for flavor rather than
Perception or detection, because I'm using the detection boon.
The detection boon.
Which is remember that's what I specifically. Well, I guess it's never mind. That you're right. Perception's probably better. This is like basically the only boon you have to call out a boon. You have to choose holy, unholy, life, death, or magic, and it would be life or death. I guess is what I would be using as my focus. So if somebody died or if somebody I don't know, if something was basically it's trying to find. Detection is kind of weird, and I might change it out on my next level up.
Well, I would see that would I'm almost reading that as like a thermal imager.
Sure.
You're seeing like heat signatures or something like that. So it might help you see someone through a wall or through a door.
Right. So it's so that's exactly what I was going for. It's that sort of like it's enhanced the vision to see like the blood spot, like UV, but it can also do. So if I call life, it's like I'm looking for heat, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I mean that'll just help you somewhat, and then the other role is just to see what you notice.
Okay, so all right, so do me my perception first, okay? Okay, I hid stuff from Veronica. She's mad at
me. The boon actually says that additionally the GM may allow other types of suitable auras to be detected as appropriate to the campaign setting.
Right. 17 on my perception. My detection was a 15.
Okay. Yeah, to go back to that other example, like when we were playing that Pathfinder campaign, you were in the crypts, and some of the guys had dark vision, but there was like the worm thing that was laying in the garbage that jumped out at us. The detection is kind of like, can you literally see the person there? And then your perception is kind of like, was the guy standing right there and you didn't even notice because he wasn't moving or something like that. But in any case, so this is essentially the room that's directly below you. And as you're peering down through the spiral staircase, you do see a guy sitting in a chair at the base of the staircase. You do also see a bunch of, I mean, this is almost like the wall of the room, but being up from the top, you can see kind of the edges of it. And this all seems to be some kind of soundproofing. So as much as you have this empty space probably around the staircase here, down in this room, the room is only 10 feet wide, and everything else around it seems to be some kind of insulation. You're guessing probably against noise, but you don't know what else. The material seems strange. It's like fibrous, not asbestos, but something like that, kind of a fibrous material.
Right. So I did state that I was making a focused action. I mean, I know when we're not in combat.
Yeah, we're not really in combat as it were.
But so my question would be, can I just, to the guys be like, give the signal for it. There's one dude that I can see directly down, type of thing.
Yeah, and then I was going to say, from your detection as well, you also see there's heat coming from further in the room.
Okay.
You can't tell how many dots. It's probably not a lot from the amount of heat, but there's at least, say, 1 to 3 people in here, maybe 1 to 2.
Sure.
As far as the amount of heat in the room, and actually the insulation is keeping it in a little bit better.
So would I be able
some radiating heat?
Right. So I did a focused action because you're doing it in turns. I don't know if you want me to be able to signal to the people or not. I don't know how you're handling it. So you let me know.
Yeah. So I mean, we're not quite in combat, but we're just doing it by order. So I mean, this is what you see, and you're able to relay at least to the Ferdinand because he can see you with hand signals. Like there's
one,
3,
one right there, 2 or 3, further down.
Yeah, and from your general police training, you have enough of the signals of like look, suspect, support. You have some of these hand signals ready, so you're at least able to convey roughly what you're seeing. You've got one offensive target, possibly more downstairs in the room. Hop along like a bunny.
I'm choking.
Yeah, I'm choking.
Lars.
Do you have any of the good stuff?
He said he was choking.
So, Ferdinand, it's your turn. You can relay this information.
Yeah, I'm gonna relay it back. Do everything that he did. Like one dude down, defenseless. I don't know. Kill, silent.
Kill everyone. You were talking about doing a shapeshift, so it's your turn, so you can shapeshift to something if you wanted to.
I feel like going to something agile. I'm gonna do like a little tiny monkey, and I don't know. It would kind of be funny if just a random monkey just came walking down the stairs with
Well,
the fez on.
To be fair, you guys do know that I have a grenade, right?
Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna do it, but it would be kind of funny. I'm gonna walk.
Not that I'm
and
stopping
just...
anyone. I'm just letting you know, like I have a thought process, but I don't know how it would work.
That would be awesome to grenade him, but we don't know if the guy we're trying to save is down there.
It's not non-lethal. All my stuff's non-lethal.
Oh, never mind.
I have the flashing, scaring grenade. So if it was like ting, 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 boom, it'd be kind of funny. Anyway, I'm sure there's other stuff we can do.
I'll go into the room and just wait for. I'll just kind of huddle up.
Wait, Taylor, can you create like a hole in the floor?
Yeah, I could.
I mean, it's something to think about.
Could all drop in on someone. Maybe we'd have to be over there. Oh, just drop in straight above where this guy is.
But my thought is like, if you were to open a hole, not too huge, but enough for me to throw the flat. If we all got ready,
Oh,
open the hole, I throw the flash grenade down. It may or may not work, but then we could all like either jump down or whatever, just like be ready to go type of thing.
I wanted to say, how much does a chimpanzee weigh? And autocomplete said, how much does a chimpanzee cost? How can you buy a chimpanzee?
How can you buy a tiger? I don't know. People do it.
Yeah.
Find a way.
Mike, when you were looking down that hole, is the soundproofing against the ceiling as well? Is that what you know what I mean? Because that would cause us to have to go through much thicker material to be able to do what you wanted to do.
Yeah, and it does appear to be roughly that thick. So it's kind of a low. You would think it's a low ceiling there from your site. And I think Taylor, I think we went through like a couple of the typical animals you can turn into, and I think I did some of them roughly by the size. So
Yep.
your character weighs 185 pounds. You can do up to 4 times or 1/4 of that, which is 46, like roughly 50 pounds. Most of like the little monkeys, the little organ grinder monkeys and stuff, that's like 20 pounds or less. And a chimpanzee is like 60 or so. So you'd be like a smallish chimpanzee, maybe like a baby chimpanzee or so. So you're not tiny, but you are smaller if that was what you were going for. I think we did the same thing with like the cat. Like you could be a cat if it was like a small bobcat or snowcat or something like that.
Small lion or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I still have an action left because I shapeshifted with my miner. So I can only really do 5 cubic feet. I'm gonna try it though to make like a little hole, just so that he can get like a nice grenade shot in there. It probably won't work, but I'm gonna try it.
Let's see.
Probably go like over here or something like that, and then drop it, get it down there.
I guess that's the only the problem is the room, as you can see, the empty room is here. I mean, if you were going to be standing here, that would be like standing here on top of the insulation. Or actually here.
True. Oh, I see.
Oops. I mean, if you wanted to throw the grenade, just get the grenade into the room, you could throw it down the staircase.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. Like, say this is the room. If I was down in the room and you're up here, like laying on your belly, you could kind of toss it down here and have it bounce off some of the stairs to fall into the room, or try to hoof it at an angle. Maybe so it like bounce off a wall. You could manage to throw it through that hole.
The thing is, it only affects a 10-foot area. So that's that sort of like, limitation. Again, it's not a grenade. It's a non-lethal.
Yeah.
And that's by design. Like it can't be too powerful. Plus, it costs a shit ton if it was more than that. Every time you go up with those areas, the item cost, just like it's the amount of disadvantage you get for going up the area cost, the item cost goes way up.
Yeah. So I mean, we're doing initiative order just to put everyone in turns, but don't worry so much about how many major actions or whatever. If you want to turn into something, if you want to use your power, if you want to move, you can just say what you want to do. But as far as the space of the room, that's just here and then down, or you'd have to be in this bigger room if that were the case.
Mm-hmm. Well, just get me in there. I'll just walk in right there. That'll be me.
Okay. And you are you turning in anything, or are you just yourself?
Oh, I'm being the monkey. I'm
okay,
like chimpanzee.
the monkey. Okay. All right, and Sternschnupper.
It's a little odd because I kind of have the same kind of face structure, kind of exactly, and with the fez, so that's smaller.
All right. I'm going to try to be very quiet and get in, and I'll move over to where the wedge for the secret door is.
Okay, and sorry, actually, I forgot to have a Taylor roll of your agility just for stealth. And I mean, as a monkey, I'm guessing your agility is going to be one of your higher stats. So
Uh-huh. That was only a 15.
okay,
And I got a 27 on mine.
okay.
It was a nat 4.
Yep. All right, and you've moved. You still got your resistance, and it's to precise at the moment. Is there
Correct.
anything else you want to do here?
Just try to peek down through the staircase as much as I can from where I am, to see if I can see any more.
Okay.
Probably about the same.
Yeah, you can. You can't quite see too much further into the room, but
Yep.
through the kind of the gaps, and because he kind of pointed out there was someone at the base of the stairs, you can kind of make out, it's like the hat or the shoulders of this guy sitting here.
Right.
He seems to be roughly dressed like the rest of them. He doesn't seem particularly big. You'd probably describe him as wiry.
Yep.
So not bulky, not too tall, but he has a kind of a deceptive wiry strength to him. He's just seeing his neck, these hard lines.
Okay.
That's all. That's the drawing of him or his bloody imprint. If you got managed to leave behind splat.
I'm trying to get those veins in the neck.
And Oliver Ramos.
I mean, I am invisible. I guess I could just go down there, but he's not blocking the staircase, is he?
No. I mean, you essentially. I have top here, so you're kind of entering the staircase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then like you're out the bottom of the staircase. I like that.
Oh, maybe we could pass the grenade off to you. Football, take it, run.
Yeah, I would think like if someone gave you an item or you picked up an item, the item would become invisible unless it was like too large. Like I don't know if you could pick up like a huge television and have it turn invisible.
That's up to
And
you.
I was thinking as soon as you like let go of it and stepped away, it would become visible again.
Yeah. I mean, I could, I guess. Actually, could I? I'm gonna go. No, I'll go down the stairs quietly, just because I want to get a look at what else is down there.
All right. Or just give me agility check.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
This will be
Give me an agility check.
As he tumbles down the stairs.
That's a 12.
Okay. And so you're essentially going to be invisible, just trying to stealthily creep down the stairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, distance. I'm not even going to count out because again, we're not really in combat. So you necessarily move to here, and then kind of like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I would say you're even like here.
That's fine.
So this would be like you're kind of like right here on
Yep.
the stairs. I mean, obviously this is kind of flipped where the stairs are on the other side. It would be like this guy is sitting in a chair here, and you're kind of like here a little bit above or adjacent to him. From here, you can see into the rest of the room, and you see Merton. He is bound, gagged. He has a blindfold on, gag over his mouth, and he is tied up, arms and legs behind him to a chair over in the corner here. And next to him, there's like a little table with like some food, some water, and a bucket, which seems to be like a makeshift toilet with some sort of plank or something to be used alongside it.
Okay, I go back upstairs.
And or I'll play that as like kind of one motion, then we'll have Lars do something, and then we'll have you play your return. So Blitzman.
A dance. I'll do a dance. That's it. Now,
Tap dance.
I'm doing something.
I was going to say Lars peeks his head in the door. They're at the top of the stairs. Get him! Wild card.
Soft shoe. Soft shoe.
I'm gonna very quietly click on the thing. There we go. I'm gonna very quietly just move to right there in front of our maid door here.
Okay.
I'm continuing to keep an eye on the in this direction, so that in case anything comes toward us, and I'm kind of just keeping an eye on what's going on in the room behind me, so that I know what's going on.
Yeah, so you're not quite prone, but you're basically like crouched behind the desk, eyeballing the door, and then looking through here as well.
Yeah, cover.
All right, and you did see Oliver Ramos go down.
Isn't he invisible?
Well, invisibility makes kind of a shimmer, and if you know someone is there, then you see the shimmer. And unless there's like a crowd or something where you lose it, you can kind of follow it.
Do you need me to make a stealth check, or I'm good where I'm?
You're okay where you are because it hasn't really kind of gone within this compartment. The noise isn't really going to pass as much. I mean, even Oliver Ramos invisible, if he literally walked past the thug, he would still have to make a hide check.
Yeah. Okay. That's it.
So we'll go to let's see. It's my turn. Go back to the top of the order just for actions and stuff. So we'll go back to the blue suit.
I think we should. Well, I'm just gonna look at the Vervandler and be like, basically, oh shit, he can't open a hole. All right. Well, shit.
Yeah, he would kind of he would have to be inside the room to make a hole going down, and with the insulation, it's a bit.
Well, I guess I will attempt to sneak down the stairs behind Oliver.
I am very charming.
I guess I didn't really say. Well, so you're saying you basically go into the stairs and maybe like down to here where you're like just behind him.
Yeah, basically, I guess I'm gonna attempt to, since that's what's going on right now. I'll try to be as sneaky as possible.
Yeah, do so. Just give me an agility check. It's like once you're on the stairs, you're almost in the same room as them.
18.
What's that?
18.
Okay. You do get to about here, and you do see his shimmering. He kind of walked down, was kind of crouching here and looking into the room. This is kind of as low as you would go to be able to see into the whole room. And he's kind of paused there. And for Vandler?
All right. I don't think Blitzman's coming into the room because he thinks he's not stealthy enough. So I'm gonna walk over to him and I'm going to transmute his shoes into carpet.
Okay.
Don't be messing with my shoes, man. I'm just covering your backs.
All right, we'll do that. You're basically like turning the leather bottoms of his heel and his shoe into like carpet material or something.
Wait, do you have to keep focus on the doorway that you created?
No, we just discussed that. He basically just turned into something he was able to rip free.
I gotcha.
Let's see. And do you have to roll for the transmute, or do you have that focus?
I had to roll for that.
Okay, well, go ahead, roll for that one, and then give me an agility check. Again, as the monkey, you've got a better.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's like a 28 for the transmutation.
Blitzman was standing guard. He happened to be looking at the door, and all of a sudden he turned around and there was this monkey like right next to him. Just ah! But he saw the fez that the monkey was wearing, so he knew he didn't have to worry. Someday I'm gonna have to use that against you. I'm gonna have to have some bad guy come in some form with like a fez on and be like, "Oh, it's the no problem."
Sorry, did you want the agility or do you want the transmutation right now?
Well, the transmutation first. Well, you said it was like 20 some on the agility, so you got that fine. Then
It was a 17 on the transmutation. I need a 3, I think, for the base one, and I think that's 16, so I get it. It's same size and weight.
Yeah, that would be a power level 3, so you got that no problem. So
Okay.
I'll just treat that as he has what am I?
So I have
A bolster. His bolster for stealth.
And then I'll take a couple steps towards the stairs.
Okay. Just to here.
Maybe I should go first. Yeah, I'll stack up right behind Blue Suit if I have the movement.
Yeah, it's loose enough at this point. I'll say you do. And finally, shooting star.
I'm just going to, I guess, hold back. The stairway is kind of full, so I'll wait until I'm in a position where I can see if they clear the stairs. So as soon as they're clear of the stairs, I'll book down.
Okay.
Because by that time, I could run down the stairs. I'm thinking to myself, what's his name? Oliver could dominate this guy and just make him fall asleep.
I can do that.
Well, it is Oliver Ramos' turn.
Well, I mean, do we want him alive? Do we care? Or conscious, I guess. It's really more it. Because I could charm him, or I can dominate him.
It is a bad guy after all.
Could just murder him. Let's go.
Well,
Making him
I mean, in
sleep
fairness,
keeps
to go back
him
to your
quiet.
original kind of orders, like they said, you're able to investigate, but they didn't have enough for a warrant. But once you have actionable stuff to work on, I mean, this is kidnapping, so this just went to pure evidence of a felony, and anyone else in the building, you might even be able to argue, but this guy is literally guarding a kidnapped victim, so you are within your bounds of the law.
Got it.
You shooting the guy in the back of the head?
No, yeah, sure. Okay, I'm just gonna.
Excessive in your police report.
I'm gonna pull my gun out and just quietly right to the back of the
have
head.
to be quiet though.
We're in a soundproof room.
Okay.
That is true.
Let's incapacitate him.
You guys and your murdering and stealing.
I don't steal anything.
What?
I've only killed like one person.
Hey, you can just put him to sleep.
That I know of.
Yeah, I mean, I'll roll it just to keep going, but I definitely got. That's a lot.
You're doing this that mental incapacitate.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's versus his resolve.
Yes.
Okay.
43.
43.
Just doesn't make his resolve, man.
So. So he is immune to that bane, but because that
Okay.
was such a high roll, I'm gonna give you stunned.
Okay.
So he's not able to be incapacitated, but the mental that ethereal power of that voice in his head was so strong, he's kind of shaken for it. So
All right.
he kind of winces in pain, shakes his head, his eyes open wide, and he looks up the stairs. And you're not sure if he sees you, but he seems to be staring right at you, like he's looking absolutely in Oliver Ramos in your direction, but like the level of focus, you don't know if he's like staring at the wall behind you or just that spot, but
Okay.
he is like glaring at that spot, and his eyes almost look bloodshot, like from the strain that he's under. And roll initiative.
Oh. 19.
Nice. And that's saying something for Oliver Ramos. He's usually not the big initiative guy.
You told me earlier. You told us to roll initiative, and I rolled a 4.
I rolled 9. Damn. Once again.
Well, you got your bad roll out of the way.
29.
The guy in the back.
Had you beat?
Don't hit him. I definitely got this. I have a memory alteration. I could make him forget that I just did that. Just saying.
I got a 25.
25. Right.
Not as good.
Yeah, Lars?
27.
27. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, us guys in the back have to stay together and be first.
I'm doing the back 20 something. 25-7-9.
You can also hold your initiative if that works out too. And I think I don't absolutely recall, but I believe it's the same as Pathfinder rules, where you can move through your friend's spaces. I think the spiral staircase might be stretching it a bit.
Yeah, I think it'd be very difficult on that staircase.
Yeah, actually, that'd be pretty hard to if someone was standing there, unless you like.
I'd make the
bolting
argument
over the side.
for Vervandler because he's a monkey and has that sort of like he's
Yeah,
taller.
he could, or if it was only like if it was someone like here and here, and you were just gonna vault and jump down here or something like that. So feel free to just try to describe it if that's what you're going for. But I guess we'll take it from here. So we start off with shooting star.
Well, I actually had said I was going to wait until they cleared the stair. So
Okay,
I am going to hold back.
Just push him. Push through there.
Yeah, push my right down. I'll hold back until they clear the stair.
And I mean, as far as you can kind of make out this guy here, but for Blitzman, who's maybe a little bit over here, you can at least hear, and you do hear that kind of a growl of pain, and heavy breathing, and you're like, what? Kind of a.
I just thought of something.
Yeah,
I could do something different, which I've not really done yet, and that is, I could use my teleport.
Yeah, try to do your
I could
your
teleport down.
blur through them.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh great, we're exploding.
Yeah.
It's a Galaxy Quest.
So let's see.
It exploded.
To teleport,
Oh, So you would use one move action, and you would use your movement stat.
Right.
So what's your? Well, I think I have.
Well, I've got 6 for movement, so I could do it at power
yeah,
level
that's right.
5. But this is not one of those that I have as ramped up, so I would have to roll for it.
Yeah. So you're. So you do have a movement of at least 5. Let's
Yeah.
shoot.
Yeah, I've got a
Yeah,
movement
your
at
movement is
35.
okay. So that means you can try to do it at power level 5.
Yeah.
If you fail down to power level 3, so the 5 is what lets you teleport to a place you can't really see. Now I would say from where you are, you could make out this spot next to him. Okay.
Right.
So a 3 could get you there, but you would need a 5 to get kind of further in the room. So I
Right.
guess to target like where you're trying to. So are you trying to go for that spot?
Yeah, I think that would be where I would go, because then I could strike out at him if I got to that spot. Is
Well,
that counted
the other
as
thing
my
you could
whole
do is
movement?
if you wanted to go one over, you could try for a 5, and if it's failed, then you just
Right.
make it to here.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
that's the basic idea. All right, so I need a 20 to get a 5, and I need a 16 to get a 3. And I didn't even come close. I got a total of 7.
And now you understand why Eddie and I both take boon focus on teleport.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah, I got 2 1s on the 8s and a 5 on the 20. So,
if you want, now that was your move action. You
Yep.
can also use your major action and to try it again. Now, when
basically,
you
I
showed
didn't
up,
go anywhere, right?
Yeah, you're just still standing there.
Yeah, no. I don't want to affect what the others are going to try to do, because they're all packed up. So I'm just going to, because since I wouldn't be able to actually strike out, I'm going to wait until next turn.
Okay. And Blitzman.
Yeah, I'm sick of this. I'm gonna go in the room. Going in.
Silently.
Quiet. Yes, I'm going in quietly. And I'm gonna look down the staircase, and it appears that the staircase is full of people. So I guess I'm gonna stand at the top of the staircase.
If you could, or I guess the furthest you could make it would be, to here, essentially like one step down. The
Yeah, no,
staircase.
I'm gonna leave some space between me and the next guy because I don't want to
Yeah.
crowd everybody in there.
All right. And just
What?
I guess you said are you trying to move stealthily?
Yes.
Okay. Just give me an agility check on that.
I'm being very, very quiet.
And I think.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just mulling it all over in my head. If you're trying to be stealthy or not, and it wouldn't matter. And also,
So
you
if I'm-
turn the bottom of your shoes into carpet, but you're kind of on your hands, knees to go through the hole in the wall to get out to here, so that kind of didn't matter. So yeah, just do a straight agility check for.
So if I'm there, will where is that? Who's Stern Schnoopu?
Shooting star. Sternschnuppe.
Okay,
So
so
I flip them from the German to the English every once in a while.
that's what I thought. I just was making sure. So if I'm standing there, he can still get past me, right? No.
If you wanted to stay staying there, I would say yeah, he could squeeze by and go down the stairs.
Okay, so I'm
But
gonna.
once you're on the stairs, then it's kind of too hard to get by.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of look down, see that it's full of people, and kind of, lean back so that if he wants to go through, he can go through. I
Yeah,
don't want to block it. Is what I'm getting at.
yeah, and for you too, your your character, and I mean, you understand the details of your own powers. Yeah, this entire staircase, it's all like one piece of like rod or cast iron, like pure metal. So if nobody else was on the stairs, you could also do like an attack through. I mean, you're particularly sensitive to this, like what materials you're dealing with. You have that scientific background. You know, wood is going to be a good insulator. Metal, it's not always perfect, but this is like pure iron. You know, if you had magnetism, you'd be like, oh, this staircase is the shit. I mean, it doesn't help you now because everybody's on it, but just in case that were to come up, it is definitely metal.
Okay, so
You can almost like feel it, in your. You can like feel the electrons dancing through this thing that's going to conduct electricity that well.
sure. So I need an agility roll for.
Yeah, just for the stealth.
Do I get a bonus or no?
I'm gonna say no because you were really more crawling in this part.
Okay. Even if I take my whole turn just to move?
Uh,
No. All right, so I got a 13.
yeah, I think I'd still do it as just a straight check.
Okay.
Okay, 13, got it.
Yep. No. And like I said, I'm trying to I've looked down the stairs and I'm trying to kind of like I can see the situation. I want to make kind of lean back to allow
Yeah, you're
shooting star
favoring
to
enough of
get
a
through.
side that someone could get. If Vervandler came running up, he could get by you, or vice versa. But that should be fine for especially where you are. It's still
All right.
kind of on that platform.
Cool.
This would be again, they never really show the top of it. Okay,
I'm not
and
actually going down the stairs at all.
yeah, and Vervandler. Oh, you got mute on.
Of course. Can I get through everyone in front of me and sneak around under them? How difficult
You
would
could
that be?
move through them, but you couldn't really do it through stealth.
Slide down the handrail.
If I could slide, I would try, but the way I'm imagining it, I don't think there's space for it. But if I could,
I
I'd
would
love
even
to slide.
say where you are, a normal person couldn't, but you're small enough you could jump over the rail to try to land, somewhere around here. This is
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of like Eddie's here and Mike's here and you're kind of here. You could actually hop over the rail. The guy's like sitting in the chair here. Again, mirror to the other side. The
Yeah, I'm gonna hop
ceiling
over.
is rather low because figure like all this is like insulation, but there's just enough of a gap in that kind of little triangle that you could jump out and try to land down here if you want to. You do like an agility check to try to land somewhere.
Okay. Well, that's a D10, not a D8. 12 on the D20, and then a 1 and a 1 on the D8. 14.
14. All right. That is. And where are you trying to land?
Right next to him.
You vault over the rail, but the ceiling was a little bit lower than you kind of guessed, so you kind of turn back so you didn't thunk your head on the ceiling. You kind of land half onto him and tumble off of him onto the ground. So you are next to him, but you are prone.
I'm gonna make some monkey sounds. Wah, ah, ooh, ooh. And then I'm going to I'm gonna try and polymorph him.
Let's see. Okay.
So this is an alteration. I'm gonna try to do it at power level 6. So I can make him half the size. This is versus toughness. Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, that's a 27.
27. Size. Creature double half the size. The new form reduces the target's attribute scores by up to 3. Okay.
Can I turn him into a turtle? A big turtle?
To a creature between half or double the size.
Yeah, then if we turn him on his back, he can't do anything.
Oh, shit. I didn't think about that. I'm just gonna boop, okay, and we're good.
Okay, I'm gonna say what happens is he does shrink down to half his size, but he still looks like the way he does. So he just like shrunk. And when you did it, I mean, maybe I think when Oliver Ramos did his thing, it had so much power behind it, he kind of didn't feel it as much. But it felt weird when you used your power in here, like when you turn the water tap on, you're expecting it to be hot, but it's like ice cold. It's that a bit of a like that felt weird. I wasn't expecting that. So he did turn into half the size, but it felt a little strange. So it didn't quite go as you wanted.
So are we like the same level now?
Yeah, I guess you're roughly the same size.
I'll be like, got you down to my size now.
Sounds like a dampening field on abilities.
And he's half size, his stats are 3 lower. Okay. I was gonna say you are I would say between your jump, you do still have half of your movement left if you wanted to use that to stand up from prone.
Yeah, do that.
Or you can move, in the prone position.
I think it'll be better just to stand up.
Okay. So yeah, this tiny little monkey jumps down, he shrinks, but you're prone. But then the monkey stands up, and now you're both kind of eye to eye. Although he still does look hair stunned. Okay, and Oliver Ramos.
No, I have no idea. What?
The first thing would be to get out of my way, but just gonna throw that out there.
I'll move over here. I've got nothing.
And are you like literally moving or doing a teleport?
No, I'm gonna teleport.
Okay. So again, you do teleport to here, and you show up where you wanted to, but it felt like how if you're just walking down the street and you're talking to someone next to you, and then compare that to like walking down like a long hallway and you're talking to them, the sound feels weird. You're hearing the echoes, and yet it's kind of dampened and because it's heading down both directions. Like you almost hear this as you're teleporting. Like the normal screams and stuff they all described like sounded different, and it threw you off a little bit. But I mean, no, you're not like stunned or anything. It's just when you show up, you're like that felt odd.
There's not much I can do. Especially if nothing's working. Does he? No. I'm just gonna. Can I hold the rest of my turn, or is that it?
You could give a like a conditional, like if something happens.
Uh, if
Well, I won't even make you specify. You basically teleport here, and you're standing ready. So I'll go with everyone else's actions, and if a certain condition happens, like he walks up the stairs, and you're like, okay, now I'm going to have him, or say he picked up his chair to hit Taylor over the head. You could say, I'm going to use my what is it, domination, and tell him to drop it, or something like that. You could step in if you wanted to.
all right. Well, if he makes a hostile move towards, can I say anyone, or do I have to be more specific?
No, I'm not even going to hold you to a specific one. You're basically just you move, but you're going to hold your main action for something that might happen. So we'll just keep going, and if something, that condition seems like it's met, just like wave or raise your hand, and we'll have you step in and fire off. I mean, say it's his turn, he comes down the stairs. Lars' turn, he comes down the stairs, and then on his turn, he runs over to shoot Martin in the head. You're like, okay, well now I'm going to stop him from doing that. Okay, so you're holding Oliver Ramos, and well, actually, it is his turn. It's going to polymorph and normal resist. I just had it up. Polymorph resistance. Okay. He does resist it with an 18. Oh, but that's all he can do. Yep, that's all he can do because he's stunned.
Because he's stunned. Yes.
Can I now do the thing?
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
So now he's not tiny, right?
Yeah. He Super Mario Brothered up to full size.
I'm gonna cast memory alteration at a level 6 on him.
Okay.
Which is against his influence. Hopefully this works. Or his resolve.
You have made friends with a monkey and another man.
I actually have an idea, so when you did that, I was like, oh well, that's not gonna happen. Hopefully this works. 26.
So memory alteration at power level 6, so influence versus resolve. You permanently erase or alter the last 5 minutes of the target's memory. The target does not know what happened during this time. Outside of the memories you feed them, including having seen you if they did, multiple uses of this bane progressively erase consecutive 5-minute increments. Oh, that's...
I got a 26.
26 will do it. You permanently erase or alter.
Yeah, question is, does it work?
If you're gonna say what it does, what are you trying to do? Like the erase or alter?
Alter.
Okay, and I guess it doesn't really say, but well, take me through what you're thinking.
Oh, sure. I was gonna go uninvisible. I was gonna go back to being seen, and I was gonna alter the last 5 minutes so that his boss or someone higher up above him in charge of the club came down and said, after the band that we have upstairs, this weird act is coming on next. And it's some Spanish dude with a monkey, and he's got like friends who do weird, like gimmicky powers and shit. There's like a dude who's like has electricity or whatever. They need to be down here because the monkey's going batshit crazy. I'll be back in a bit to get them. And then I came down, and I've been, so when he got hit with my thing, it was actually the monkey hitting him in the back of the head. And then when the monkey jumped over him, that's when he saw, oh, monkey. And then I'm now seen in the middle of the room trying to stop the monkey from going crazy and telling everyone else to come downstairs because this is where we have to be now.
Okay. From his the way he's carrying himself, and his motions, he does seem to kind of drop and his shoulders kind of sink. He still seems to have to be stunned. He's kind of pinches his nose or the bridge of his nose and looks up and he looks confused for a second, but then he says like, "Man, you got to get that monkey under control." Like, and he's kind of thinking back and reordering stuff in his head. And at the sound, well, actually, nobody's really moved yet, but he's basically just is sort of acting confused in this moment, but does not seem offensive in any way. Um, I guess the other guys aren't going to know. So, I mean, I guess the rest of you guys can see and hear what's going on. So you can't quite see. So you haven't seen, except for a blue suit who sees Oliver Ramos turn visible.
They probably hear, got to keep the monkey under control at the very least, right?
You can
Well,
run
you
you can run a
hear.
perception check on it, I guess. Like if we perceive that maybe that's what he did, because I know it's not like a verbal thing that he's doing.
Yeah, I'm thinking of in the movies when the guy like reiterates the thing that's already known, like kind of for the audience. But so this is when he does this. He's altered the memories, and then Oliver Ramos turns visible and goes, "Man, I'm so sorry about the monkey. Hey, you guys, go ahead and come on down." He's kind of reiterating what it is that he's saying, if not all to that detail. So you just got this there's kind of the zap of this aura, that happens around the guys when Oliver Ramos does his mental trickery. He says, "Oh, sorry about the monkey. It's the act. You have to see him on stage. He's a lot better than this." And the rest of you guys go ahead and come on down. And he seems to react in acceptance. So he's saying like, almost an annoyance, like, "Yeah, you gotta get that monkey out of here. Like that's just crazy." He seems confused and stuff, but he is standing steady. He's not pulling out any weapons or something. At least, not at the moment. And I think we'll just keep going with initiative order. So we'll go to the blue suit. So as far as you did see this happen, you see Oliver kind of turn, do some kind of effect, and Oliver Ramos says part of it is saying like, "Yeah, go ahead, come on down. I've got the monkey under control."
Okay, well then I guess I'll put my gun away. I'll be holding my flashlight, and I'll just basically walk down the steps and walk straight over towards Merton, like, and almost like concerned, like, what's going on with this guy? Like, I'll do like a double move for that. I'd actually like to be one up. Yeah, thank you. And it's my whole action, my minors and all that. But just basically, I see what that happens there, so I can act a little bit more nonchalant. I don't know if you want me to roll any sort of presence or any shit like that.
I guess just give me a deception check.
One of my worst. Fuck. $16.
Okay. And we got to Shooting Star.
I don't want to turn back the clock at all, but Kurt, you did remember that even if you're stunned, you can attempt to shake off all banes in the same round.
If
same
he
turn.
chose to try to shake off stunned first and succeeded, he could, but he tried the polymorph first, so that was his only action.
Oh, because I thought you can shake even with a minor you can you can attempt to shake off all of them.
Well, you can try to shake off stunned, and if you succeed, you can keep going. But if you fail, then that's it, and you're still
Oh.
stunned and you're still polymorphed. He was
Okay.
prioritizing polymorph, so
Okay.
it's a I guess you could say it's a gamble which way you wanted to
Yeah.
wanted to
All right.
play it.
Hearing all that, I just come down the stairs. I don't have any weapons in my hand anyway, so I can actually let Lars go in front of me. It's not a big deal since there's no offensive action happening. But
Yeah, and where
I'll go one more further.
Okay.
Yep,
So
right
here.
there's good.
And Blitzman.
Seeing the staircase clear, I am gonna go down the stairs.
Okay, just to hear.
Yep. So
Now we just say, get him, right? Get him. Yeah, that's the plan.
so the thug is not acting in a hostile manner, right?
He is not
apparently
acting in a
subdued.
hostile manner at this very moment. He's pulling a cigarette out, putting it in his mouth, like he's mentally trying to piece together something in his head.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, I would assume that those guys are working to get our target out of here, so our the scientist out of here. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on things, and
Okay.
if the I'm gonna hold an action to attack the thug if he becomes hostile.
Okay. And Metamorph. Kavandlar.
I'm gonna kind of play it like I was acting out, but now I'm calming down, like ooh. And then I'll kind of just hold the same action.
Throw your poo at him.
Maybe I'll scratch my butt a little bit. That'll be my action.
And Oliver Ramos.
I'm gonna walk. I mean, this is actually kind of difficult because now everyone's just surrounding him. Christ. For the purposes of this, is Taylor technically like small?
Yeah.
So can I be in the same space as him? Can I like carry, like, he's only like what, 40 pounds or something?
50 pounds.
Hey, okay. I'm not that strong.
Remember, we're talking about a 5 foot by 5 foot area.
Yeah. I mean, while the spiral staircase was crowded, I'm just saying you can't like move to this spot and stay here, but you could move or
well,
temporarily.
okay.
I guess just describe. I don't want to have the grid ever lock us into something. So just describe story wise what you're trying to do. Imagine it's a smallish room. It's still it's still 10 feet across, and
Okay.
everybody's
I'm
just
just
kind of standing around.
I'm gonna walk up to him with like my hand outstretched to like shake his hand, and as he hopefully goes up to shake it, I'm gonna start casting charm on him.
Okay. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just roll for your charm.
Uh, 18.
Okay. I'm gonna say you're. Well, I'll just shift him over. He's standing next to you or behind you, roughly.
I was thinking of just like putting him like he's my monkey, so I was gonna put him like on my shoulder, but he's like 50 pounds.
Yeah, I mean that's your body language. And this is charm at power level 6, so
Yep.
a major. You're trying to do a major charm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's the effect of the charm? Are you doing the platonic or romantic?
Platonic.
So platonic being considered the target to be their best friend, most trustworthy. Yeah, if platonic, the bane causes the target to consider the attacker as their best friend and one of the most trustworthy and noble people they've met in all of their lives. Alternatively, oh yeah, they're alternatively romantic one.
Yeah, if he shakes my hand with the other hand, I'm gonna try my darndest to just spark a little like flame on the thumb and like light his cigarette that he was about to start contemplating with.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So and he did have the cigarette out, and he hasn't kind of gotten his lighter out because he's kind of still thinking about it.
Yeah, I take his
So
hand and
you
like
walk up
interrupt
to
him.
You kind of like pick up the monkey. Hey, I'm all Oliver and the amazing Mr. Jangles or whatever. You go to shake his hand and do like a little sleight of hand, like you're lighting his cigarette as you do the charm. And when you do that charm, you see the confusion in his eyes fade. They turn hard, and then his eyes snap up at you, and he becomes furious.
Damn it!
And now it's actually his turn as he goes to swing at you. And I'm gonna say, like, as it almost kind of falls back into combat, the Verwandler is the monkey, hops down behind you, so you're not like holding him in case you get clocked.
Okay.
So does this trigger?
Yeah, it triggers literally everyone.
Yeah, it's pretty much gonna be everyone in this one moment.
He snaps up and everyone's like, oh, bam!
This is like in Tombstone when they're all outside with all the guns out, and he said the drunk bartender you probably seen. He's just kind of looking at him, and everyone sees his eyes just change, and they're like, oh my god, it's about to go off.
Oh no, yeah, that was when Doc Holliday winks at him and his eyes widen, and Kurt Russell goes, oh yeah.
You see the fight's about to start. So I'm gonna say the Oliver Ramos is kind of carrying the monkey. One winds up, takes a swing. The Verwandler kind of drops to the side or out of the way. He hits Oliver Ramos. You take 3 points of damage. You're knocked back into the blue suit. You do get shoved by Oliver as he kind of bumps into you, but you're not. There's no basically effect on it. But Oliver Ramos, you are also prone. You basically knocked to the ground. And actually, for Wandler, I'm just going to have him drop like right back in his spot where he was standing initially.
So I get to make my attack.
Let's see. 1 sec. Memory alter. It's still in effect. I'm just taking it off because it's not going to affect battle and stuff. It was his turn. He is still stunned. That's the only action he got to take. By striking him. And now we'll go through everybody who had held their thing in initiative order, which I think Shooting Star is the first. So
I can't say that I actually said I held my initiative or held my action.
I think you did.
So okay,
I think I heard it. I was the only one
that said it or implied it.
You
then
and Lars
that's fine.
both implied it. I didn't because I went straight for the dude.
I know Lars actually said it.
It's a strange case because you're still in combat, but he's almost acting like he's not in combat.
Yeah.
You could use your turn to walk down the stairs. You basically still have your major action left. So
Okay.
I mean, this is that like I thought we were fighting. Oh, we're all friends.
Yeah.
Shoot someone. Okay, no, and you just get to pound them. So
all right. So I'll just make
go
it
back to it. Lightning Man and Shooting Star, then Lightning Man, then the Verwandler will all get to attack this guy.
Okay, so I'll just do a damaging attack.
Okay.
Oh, 8 blew up. Oh, not bad. 16. 22 total.
Okay. You do hit him for damage. You just like smacking him. You need to have your Sap, so I guess you're just doing like a
Yep.
punch or something
Just
like that.
unarmed strike. Yeah.
Okay. And Blitzman, you're next. So you got your major action on.
Before I make this attack, you guys remember long ago when we did Barn Frag, we had and in that during that time frame when we were doing land parties, we had a stop sign shaped table that was a full 8 feet across. It is still in very good shape according to Bill, and it's stored in his garage. He's looking to get rid of it. Does anybody have any interest in a table that is shaped like a stop sign? It's from flat to flat. It is literally 8 feet across.
God, I
It's
wish I
big.
could fit it in my small house, but I can't.
Okay. Just figured I'd throw that out there.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one of those things. It's like that sounds like it'd be awesome to have, but I can't think of where I would put it or how I would actually use it.
Yeah, the tabletop for whatever reason we ended up buying. I guess the plywood was cheaper, so I think it's maple, and it's finished with like a bar top finish, so it is like a really good finish. And he's kept it in his garage. He said it's like new condition still. So it comes apart. You know, it's two 8 feet sheets of plywood with the corners cut off. So you know you could put it in the back of a pickup truck or something, but it's big. It's really big.
If no one takes you up on it, and I somehow find a house, maybe I'll be interested.
He apparently they're doing a yard sale this weekend, and he wants to get rid of it. So
I miss Bill.
that was good times. Let me tell you, that was really good times. At any rate, so I already did my movement, so I just have the attack, which is all I would do anyway. So I'm just going to attack this guy, damaging attack, straight up, zap him one.
Okay.
16, 18, 19.
Yeah, so you're doing your lightning attack, just a damaging attack versus guard. Okay. You channel, and it does seem like the lightning, the arcs kind of cross his body and arc through him into the ground, but it doesn't seem to have much of an effect. It's almost like you kind of see his muscles flex as the charge causes his muscles to contract, but kind of grinds through it, and it arcs in the ground. And he just seems, I don't know, not even like, well, maybe he felt some pain, but doesn't seem affected by it, or doesn't he seem to take damage from it.
All right.
And that is, and then okay, yeah, the Oliver just gone. That was he just gone. So then we're back to the normal order and the blue suit at the bottom of the list.
Do I have a clear shot on him because Ferdinand is still a monkey?
Yeah, actually you do, because Oliver Ramos is laying down on the ground and Ferdinand is pretty short as a monkey.
All right, I'm just gonna do a straight up damaging attack with my handgun.
Okay.
$22.
Okay, and you do damage.
Is it 5 over?
Equals, no.
Okay.
So it's like the force hits him, just kind of smacks him back against the chair and the spiral staircase there.
With my second action, I'm gonna turn to Merton and make sure he looks like he's okay. Like, I'm gonna try to touch him. Just see if he's like, I mean, I don't know. If you could describe him, that'd be great.
Yeah. So he has a blindfold over his eyes, a gag in his mouth. He is seated in a chair. His arms are tied behind him to the back of the chair, and his feet are tied to both the bases of the chair. All of these things they're well and securely tied, but they're not like too tight. Like it seems like he can breathe. He can kind of move a little bit. It's not like his hands aren't like white from it being too constricting. And as far as his health, he seems to have been banged around a little bit. He's got like maybe a nick on the side of his head from, hitting something or being hit. But other than that, the pallor of his skin, his breathing, his moving around and listening seems to be all roughly normal. So, if you're hit points wise, he's maybe like 90% or something like that.
Can I remove his blindfold and tell him we're the good guys. We're here to help you.
Yeah, I would say you could remove his blindfold.
Okay.
You could essentially remove like one binding.
Yeah, so I'll remove his blindfold and just say we're here to help you. We're
Okay.
the good guys. I can't pull out my badge because that would cause me to,
Yeah. Yeah, so you get the blindfold off. You make eye contact with him. He's reacting like he's been hearing what's going on in the room, and he seems confused. But if anything, he seems hopeful because, well, it's something. It doesn't sound like normal things are happening. And that's probably good for him because normal things mean he's going to stay here locked up. And we're back to the top of the order with Shooting Star. And you're on mute. I'm guessing he's doing a damaging attack.
Yes, and it wasn't. I rolled a total of 12. So yeah, that's not going to do anything.
Yeah, so you swing and he just kind of moves back and the
Slips out of the way, right?
swings wide. And then any minor or move action?
Just maintaining.
Okay.
I'm just going to stay right there because there's no point in moving anywhere.
And let's see. I guess well, Blitzman, Lars is next, and then Taylor, and they're both away. So I guess we'll wait. Hey, it's technically it's Lars's turn, but you go right after him, and Lars is away. So go ahead and take your turn, Taylor. No, you're on mute. No, it's no worries. Eric was just everybody does it. I'm the only one that looks good because I never go on mute because I'm talking all the damn time. So I artificially look fine.
I kind of want to try and immobilize him. I don't know why. I think he's gonna run, so I'm just gonna go for a straight immobilize.
If he did run in, as far as the room space, he would have a very hard time. I would say he probably couldn't really move through Blitzman where he is.
Mine just
If he had knocked him prone, he might be able to run past and go up the stairs.
My worst fear is
just in
him
case.
going over here and shooting him in the face.
Or that too. Yeah, he could hop over you. So yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, that's why I kind of want to just immobilize. That's what I'm thinking.
This would be immobilized using like a might.
Yes. I'm gonna switch back into my normal form so I have more might. Honestly,
Actually, true. You can do immobile through alteration. So if you wanted, you could. You don't have to physically pin him down. You could use your alteration power to I'm
gonna try to
make
sink him into the floor.
Go up around his shoes or something like that.
Yeah, I'll do alteration. That's more fun.
Okay.
That's 12. Well, that's just a 13 on that one. Oh, but that's versus his guard.
Still versus guard.
Yep.
Influence would have been versus resolve, but so yeah, you try to make where like you said, like the floor kind of come up and grip him, but it doesn't quite go off. You still have move or minor action if you want to do anything else.
I'm gonna. I don't know what to do. I should probably maybe get a. He could probably shoot over me. Should I move out of the way? Would that be easier for someone, or maybe just stay there?
No, you're so short. Everyone has a shot on from here.
And yeah,
And
maybe
if you
I'm just gonna stay
move
there.
back, if you move back, you'll get an attack of opportunity on you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'll just stay there.
Well, technically not because he's stunned. He doesn't have the. Well, he could, but then he couldn't do anything else after that. But I mean, that's getting a little too armchair football kind of. So if nothing for Wandler, then we go to well, actually back to Lars. We just skipped over you because you weren't here, but I figured all you're gonna do is probably damaging it to that.
Sorry, bio break, and then the dogs were like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
no
me too,
worries.
me too." Okay, so yeah, let me zap him.
Okay.
Let's see, that's 28.
28's gonna
28.
do it, and that's enough for the Lars combo special.
Sweet.
Although he is already stunned, so you just get the persistent damage added on. And he takes damage. He does look injured at this point, so below 2/3.
Excellent.
And Lightning Man, then all Metamorph already went, and then Oliver Ramos.
I guess I'll get up.
Okay, that's just half your movement.
There's not much I can do. I'm not good at the hitting bit. I will demoralize him instead. How about that?
Okay.
Or at least I'll try. Good. That's so good. 11.
Oh, that's not gonna be enough. Yeah, I'll just say, yeah, you do that. Your normal like kind of whisper in his mind. It doesn't seem to have an effect.
Okay.
And any other minor action or half of your move?
No, I guess I'll just stay right there.
Okay. And that's his turn. It is the beginning of his turn, so I think Lars, you roll persistent damage.
Four.
That explodes, isn't it? It's a 1d4.
It explodes. 2 more, so total of 6.
Okay, he is now bloodied.
Sweet.
It is his turn, and he is going to attempt to resist the stun, which he does. And now he gets the rest of his actions. Trying to decide on that last time if that's going to count. Now, he used up a move action to resist the stun. He now gets the rest of his actions, but it would be another one to do the persistent damage, which he won't. So he's just going to. Actually, and you zapped him pretty good, so he's going to hit back at you. He just goes for a punch. Oh, garbage. Swings wildly and misses. He does have a deceptively long reach, though. And that's it. And then back to blue suit at the end.
I'm gonna holster my weapon and use both of my actions to extend the small blades of my gloves and cut as many of the bindings on Merton as I can. So I'll leave that up to you to judge on how. But I mean, it's a quick, unless the ropes are really thick.
Yeah, I would say as a full round action, you can get him completely unbound and standing.
Okay.
and like behind you or
That's essentially what I want. I want to protect.
Yeah. I mean, you could stand here, but there is some tables and stuff. I guess standing here would be like you've got him in the corner behind you.
If you'll allow it, that's essentially.
Yeah, I'd say that you could do all that as a
That's
full
my
round
intention.
action. Okay. So back to top of the order with Shooting Star.
All right. I am going to do two things. The first thing is a damaging attack. That's a little better. That's an 18 total.
So you swing and he kind of puts an arm up and just blocks the impact. So it hits, but it's like it hits without the full swing.
Sure. And then the other thing, since he does not seem to have any precise weapons on him, I'm going to change my my resistance to might, basically, versus precise. Is that the right wording?
Let's see. Forceful.
Yes, forceful. That's the word I was looking
fine.
for.
I was just checking your boom focus, and you have boom focus 2, so I think you can do that as a minor action.
Yeah, it can be a minor action.
Yeah. So change that to forceful.
Yep.
Okay, and Blitzman.
I was actually just messaging Eric to try and figure out. I couldn't remember if I was using precise or forceful, but I see you have the marker on there for.
Yeah, it's I got forceful for you.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna. I know you're gonna find this hard to believe, but I'm going to attempt to zap him again.
Shocking.
Yeah, shocking.
No pun intended.
He's like Dynamo from Running Man. Clap if you love.
Holy shit. Okay, so I just had 3 explosions in a row. What really sucks is my die 20. I rolled a 3.
That's what he said.
So let's see. This is 10, 20, 31, 30, 6. 36.
36.
Yeah. That was awesome. I can't believe I did that. 3 freaking explosions.
Way to go, Idaho.
Yeah.
The Emperor from Star Wars over here.
That's right.
With that, he goes down hard.
Yeah.
It's just shakes and collapses right onto the chair, and he's kind of hanging off it unconscious. And even unconscious, every once in a while, there's still a little like jitter as the last few joules pass through his body. This bug is down, so we are out of combat. Enough time on your shoes turn back to normal leather.
Thank you.
And we're back to your out of combat. So what would you like to do now?
I think I'd like to see us get him back upstairs into this first room, into the room with all the desks that we were in. Maybe even into the middle room. Teleport down to the first room, and then maybe even teleport out the back wall.
But what if we just have the Verwandler open a hole in the wall leading out,
Yeah, I was about
and
to
then
say,
I've got my grappling gun with rope, or I can fly.
Out of here, out of the small room.
No. We have to go up the spiral staircase and go.
Okay.
Exactly what you were saying, except for all the teleportation. Maybe we can just have him make a wall, make a hole in the wall,
a hole. Yeah.
Like down here.
Here. Before you do that, everyone give me a perception check.
Oh shit.
Well, no, not that. This is just for understanding where you are.
I was eloquent. Shit.
D6.
Mine is bolstered thanks to my older brother.
9.
17.
8.
Oh my fucking god.
9.
Oh, I get the it exploded. Thankfully.
Yeah. All of us are kind of.
So the night is
Deaf and
roll-
dumb.
Oh my god. So that's a total of 9.
9. So we got an 8, a 9, a 9, another 9, and a 17.
Best roll ever.
Well, 17 will do it. So if you're thinking about where you had to think about like when you were in the bathroom and you had to teleport upstairs, you were up above the bandstand, to be in the counting room. So you were up on the second floor, you went back down to the first floor, and there was some you didn't know what was through the door here, but as far as downstairs, you think you're in this. When you were on the main dance floor, there was the bandstand, there was a door here that said instrument storage, but you think you might be in this room here, just next to where you all came in. So you
Dude,
were
we're
in the
gonna-
basement, you teleported upstairs into that room, you went into the counting room, you went into the little room with the stairwell, you went down that stairwell, you think, or at least this is the metamorph says, I think we're in that room next to the bandstand and next to the entry foyer.
Dude, we're next to an outside wall. Just make a friggin' hole and let's get out of here. We got the
Oh, nice.
guy.
Can I just keep chipping
just back
away
out.
at the soundproofing and then just make a little hole?
Yeah, that was my thought. The soundproofing is possibly causing an issue.
Yes, this is true.
Here. So from Taylor's perception of the whole place, you basically rough it out that you are here. And then as far as the big picture, this would all fit roughly on top of here. As far as actually I made it one too short, but this would be where the rest of that building is. So here's the main, this is the entrance you went into, and then you went up to the second floor back this way, and then went down the spiral staircase. You think you're in that little section there, and this would be an open area.
Yeah, so can I try that? I don't know if it's too cheap to keep on doing over and over and over and over again.
No. So you basically go over here and you're going to do the same thing. Do your was it transmutation to essentially like cut through the wall and the soundproofing and stuff?
Yeah, basically reduce the size from whatever it is down to like 50% the size of it, and then try to like move that out and throw it somewhere else, and then that will permanently become it comes back into its weird soundproofing self, and then keep chipping away until I get out.
Okay, so you're trying to use the alteration to change the material to something that's easier to push aside. You're changing it to confetti or something like that.
Yeah.
So when you're using the alteration on it, and you're feeling it change like you normally do, but it's that same kind of odd feeling where like when you change something, it's almost like feeling the feeling of ice melting, or something solid. It's like almost like a phase state change. It feels like that, but it feels strange. So you do feel it changing to like something else, but it feels off. And when you do try to kind of scratch away at it, it seems just as hard as it is. It is a different material. It's almost like it's wetter or warmer or colder, but the principle of the thing you're trying to change doesn't. So you're kind of still scratching at the material, sort of like it was before. Imagine that spray silly string they have in the cans that would probably like just throwing CFCs out in the environment or whatever. Imagine like, or they have the spray foam that you spray into a place to kind of fill it in.
Yeah.
This is kind of like it looks like someone just sprayed like Cheese Whiz on top of Cheese Whiz, and then it like solidified to this fibrous sort of material. So it's almost like the color or the feel of it changed, but it's kind of just as hard to scratch through as it did before.
Kurt, while he's doing that, I actually turn to Merton and I say, why were they keeping you? Why were they holding you? Like, what did they ask you to do, essentially?
As much as he's walking around, he is, or able to kind of function. He is a little on the weak side. He's almost acting kind of like he's a little looks like he's out of breath. But he is able to say like that the Dr. von Braun had been working on this project with him. He had been doing something, getting stuff out of this portal. He thinks he'd gone through the portal a couple of times, and whatever he was doing with this stuff, other people got wind of it or got interested in it or got a sample of it and were hounding him for more of it. And then he disappeared. The machine seemed to be damaged or burnt out. It wouldn't turn on. As much as he has been missing, Merton has been. The doctor has been missing for at least a week or so before that. And these people have just been hounding him for where the doctor is, how does the portal work, where are the barrels full of the stuff. And he honestly doesn't know, and he has honestly been trying to find the doctor, but he really doesn't know, and that's all these people have been hounding him about.
Okay.
I'm going to make the suggestion once we realize that this isn't going to work, that we go back upstairs, across into the far room that I think was kind of like a lounge for the employee type people or the thugs, and go out the second story like you mentioned before. Go out that wall. Yeah, where number 10 is.
Anybody else?
I'm all embarrassed, and I feel like, guys, it's gonna take 1 second. It's 1 second. And I keep trying. It's like, guys, I just keep going. I'm just really embarrassed. And I'm just really mad at this. Can I take like a little sample of this crap?
You're able to scratch a few, powdery kind of shavings, maybe a couple little bits of it. Like snap off a little twig of the stuff.
Are you
Yeah,
feeling inadequate?
So this isn't like foam; it's hard.
Yeah.
Kurt, can I? So I know everyone else is doing some of this. Can I attempt, if he is wounded or hurt in some way, to attempt to heal him with my logic?
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead and make a logic roll.
While they're doing that, I'm actually going to go up the stairs into the secret room and over to the opening we made to see if anybody's spotted us yet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a reroll.
Like to hear?
Yep.
16. Uh, 17. I'm rolling like shit tonight.
So you're able to, kind of like, anywhere where he's got bruises or cuts or stuff, kind of get him bandaged up. You get him some water, you get him some painkillers to shake him off and get him kind of on his feet and moving. Beyond, this is kind of that thing where it's more like weariness. Like he needs an IV and bed rest.
Yeah, he's
And
mentally
he's able to kind of move about, but he's stable, unless he probably wouldn't be able to like run too far, too fast, but otherwise he's going to be able to operate. Okay.
Well, so I'll stick by his side anyway. It's not like I have to carry him, but at least he can walk on his own.
Yeah. All right. I guess we'll just go through. So, Metamorph, you tried to do that. Shooting Star right upstairs. Lightning Man, Oliver Ramos, or anything else you guys want to do? Or ideas?
Well, I don't really have a. I don't really have anything I can smack the wall with because all my stuff's back at the coat check. But I think we need to get this guy out of here. So maybe we can go up the spiral staircase back to the room we came from, just to the top of the stairs there, and maybe we can like make a hole to the outer wall and get out that way, even though we'll be on the second floor at that point. What do you guys think?
Gee, I think I just said that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just go. So Eric moved. I guess so. So next, Blitzman, your move.
Yeah. I'm gonna go up, and obviously we won't all be able to fit in there, so I'm gonna go back into the room that we came out of or came into this. Yeah, I'll go right there.
Okay. And Oliver Ramos.
Yeah, I'll go upstairs too.
Okay. Or where are you gonna? Where can I place you?
I guess I'll just be right next to Stern Stopper.
Okay. And Shavandler.
I'm gonna ask Merton if he knows anything about this stupid soundproofing stuff. I'm really on this.
He just shakes his head. He's like, I've been bound and gagged the whole time. I haven't even seen this room.
All right, I'll follow everyone else on.
Okay. Let's just place one here. So you're basically all going back out this door.
Yeah, back straight through that middle room with the vomit and into the very first room we went in and attacked.
Okay. And
So we
I
could-
guess do
yep.
you want to? You just want to place yourself. Where are you going to be on this side of the door when you open the door?
Who wants to have be the door opener? I could do that. I could open the door, so I'll stand here when the door is opened. That way everybody can zip through, and I'll come behind because I can go further.
Sure. Oh, put me right here.
Here.
Mhm.
Why wouldn't we? Wait a minute.
Yeah, we could make a hole over here and kind of just jump down.
No, that's going to be inside the building.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. There's more building that way.
Yeah, the left and right sides will be outside.
Why can't we? So this side over here is not the outside of the building.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah, it's still the interior of the building.
This side over here is the exterior. Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah, both left and right.
Ah,
This is the building.
sorry, I had it the other way.
This is
around.
where you are in it. I guess I'll just pull GM prerogative and say you need to go through this door. Like that's happening. So tell me where you're going to stand on that side of the door.
Yeah, it seems like we need to go over there so get out the right side. Looks like the left does not have.
Just tell me where you want to position yourself in the room prior to it.
Kurt, does the door open all the way to against the wall? When I can it open all the way to against the wall?
Yes.
Okay, that way it's not in my way when I
Yeah.
open it. Okay.
Anyone else? Or you go through this door, I suppose.
Yeah, we don't know what's in that door. Of course, we
Or
don't know
this-
what's in the
or
middle
this
room
door,
either.
I suppose. But
Yeah.
assuming you're going through this door to go out that one.
Yeah.
You're on.
Lars.
You're on mute.
Yeah.
I went the wrong way with the mute button. I don't think it makes sense for us to try to go out the same way that we came in because we've got the professor with us. It's gonna.
Hey, Eric is talking about going over here and trying to cut a hole in this wall to get to the outside.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Yeah, then let's do it.
Yeah, and I don't think we've been in this area for more than, say, 3 minutes. With all the action that we've done.
So let's go.
Yeah, I
He's waiting for
You're
everybody to
going to go
position
through
themselves.
this door. You're all down here because I need to put you somewhere in this room. You need to tell me where you are going in this room. I have been asking this for the past 2 minutes.
I got my hand on the door and I'm turning to everybody and going, "Ready?"
My
So
apology.
you're standing on the door, okay?
Yep. I got my hand on the doorknob.
And then what about you guys?
All right.
Pink square.
Okay.
I will be standing right here with Merton behind me.
Okay.
Apologies.
No. Okay. And you open this door and you are seeing out this door. So you are not in this room, but I'm going to place you, essentially imagine this entire room like rotated around so that this door is this door. So Blitzman is in front of the
Ooh.
door.
Oh fuck.
Snuppa is behind the door. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, to the left. 1, 2.
I'm
You're
on
not
the
actually
vomit.
in the
No.
vomit.
He's in the vomit.
That was an interesting choice, though.
Is the vomit there?
No, you are still in this room, but
Oh,
somehow the physics have twisted. So now that this room is facing this way, or at least this door, I would say you don't necessarily have to go through it, but this is what you're seeing.
So when I open the door, I see the bouncers.
Yes.
Do they move or turn to see me or anything?
I'm not going to play that out because it'll be, the story will then progress. This is like you open the door, you've seen this room, you can choose to open the door the rest of the way. We're going to go through it, or we're
Closing
going to
the
try
door.
to close the door and open it again, or go through another door or something like that. But
I'm closing the door,
okay.
and I turn around to everybody else and go, "What the fuck?" and explain what I just saw.
I'm gonna turn to Merton, hoping he has answers.
He's like, I've been bound and gagged the whole time. I don't know what's going on.
Well, we were all of a sudden randomly talking about portals, and now it looks like we're going through a portal.
Blitzman, try it again. See if it's a different place.
I'm gonna crack the door open and peek through with one eye.
And you are still seeing that bouncer there.
Does he
So,
seem to
so if
react?
we all went out and then went through the door again, we could go to the side. I think we're gonna just have to book it.
Or go into mystery door number 2.
You do also have these 2 doors.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. My vote is for the door. Yeah, to go through here.
Okay. Oh, go open this door.
Go through the new
That's
door.
my vote. What do you guys think? You guys good with that?
Works for me.
think it's safer.
As long as
I
I'm
don't care.
standing in front of Merton wherever we're going to, so that I don't have to worry about him getting hit.
Kurt, I'm opening the door and looking in.
Okay.
So I'll be next to him.
Before you open the door, where is everyone standing when you when you try to open the door? I'll say.
I'm going to be right next to him.
When I try to open the door, I like that. Yeah.
Got him.
Well, I guess it's not saying that you won't succeed. I'm just saying it's not assumed that you would succeed.
I will be there.
Okay. So
I'll
yeah,
stay where I am.
kind of covering. You're going to stay there.
Yeah.
Okay. You open this door, and again, you are seeing out this door.
Ah. So, as I said, let's book it.
Something's not right. Obviously.
Okay, Kurt, I'm gonna tell everybody that I'm going back in this way, and I'm going to this secret door here.
Okay. So you're going to try that secret door. Does everyone want to stay where they are? Or do you want to stack up?
I'll be in there with him.
I'll stay where I am.
I'm feeling frustrated. I'm walking towards Oliver Ramos, and I'm gonna try and make a hole over here. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
It's like a tiny peephole, but like after what he does.
You open this door, this secret door. You kind of pull the latch, and it swings back towards you. And again, you're seeing out into this room, as though this were that secret door. And for Vonler, you make a hole out here, and you're seeing the calf of this bouncer here.
I'll look off and I'll say nice ass. No, I don't.
We could all go through different doors
Actually,
at the same time.
for Vonler and Blitzman, make a perception check.
7. They're higher on the D20 than the D4.
Yeah, you don't notice anything out of place. The door still does seem to open. Although Blitzman, when you have it open, you still have the door kind of in your hand, and it does still appear to be that section of wall. But yet through the door, you see the two bouncers. You hear the music coming through and playing. It is playing with your inner ear and your perception of which way you're facing.
Okay.
I'm gonna cover up my hole.
Can I go to that other door that's nailed into the wall for no reason?
Sure.
Is there anything weird about it? Like symbology?
No, it appears to be like literally a door. It's like a door in a frame, but on, you know how the hinges are only on one side of the door? Like there are no hinges. It's just like someone put a door into a frame and like bolted it into place so that from the other side someone would see a door, but if they tried to turn the handle it wouldn't actually go anywhere because it's locked into place.
Can I put my ear against it? Do I hear anything?
Make a perception check.
17.
You hear music, like the muffled, faint music as someone's playing music in the next room.
Is there a doorknob on this door?
There is physically a knob there, but it you can see it's not connected to any actual locking mechanism.
Can I try to open it anyway?
Yeah. You see, you can like physically try to turn. It moves in your hand. The door doesn't actually move, and yeah, there's nothing else out of place about the door. There's no like runes or symbology or anything like that. But yeah, no, it doesn't open. It just seems fixed into place.
I think we're just going to have to, bluff our way through it and just walk straight past them and down the stairs and out the door.
You also do have teleport if you want to try
Yeah.
And we do have 4 of the syndicate thugs, so maybe we could dress up as them. I don't know.
Um,
Okay, so I'm gonna tell the other 2 guys. All right, let's go. We're getting out of here, and I'm gonna go back to this door here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take out the lighter, and I'm gonna light the lighter, and I'm gonna open the door and walk through it.
Okay. So you get back to the door. I just moved Merton behind you because I'm thinking instinctually you just. Oh wait, I have shapeshift on the wrong person here. So where else? Where is everyone else still going to be where they are, or does anyone else want to move?
I'll look to Merton and say, obviously, you see this looks strange. Guessing he probably has nothing. I guess kind of like, just want to make sure. Like, I want to do a look on him to see if he recognizes this sort of behavior. Maybe it's because he's with us. Maybe there's something about his work with the doctor. It's like I don't want to ask him. I just want to kind of do a look at him and be like almost like, does this seem weird to you?
Yeah. I rolled perception for you. So he basically said like he was all he remembers is being like gagged and blindfolded when he was in the back of the truck or the van when the people brought him
Right.
here. When they pulled him out, he did tell from the light. He went from light to dark, so he did get pulled inside of a building. Then they seemed to kind of like redo his binds, like they didn't trust them. They like kind of re-blindfolded him, and then they just carried him through this place. You remember going up through some stairs and then down that spiral staircase, but he was blindfolded, just being carried the whole time. So between all the lefts and rights and rights and lefts,
Right. But
the
my point
orientation.
is, I'm saying to him like, we're seeing the same. Every
Oh
door.
yeah, he's seeing what you're seeing, and he's just as confused as
Okay,
you are. It's like,
that's what
and
I'm.
he's a scientist too, so the laws of physics are breaking. But I was saying he didn't have his memory of being brought into this place. He doesn't remember the turn. So when you opened the door and it was just the dance floor, he wasn't surprised. That would have just been the door to him. But when you opened the opposite door and it was the same direction, his physics alarms went off as well.
So my thought is, let's get him in between. I'll be the last one out, but I want to get him in between me and somebody else who's leaving at the same time. So if we're all just walking out like we own the place, which I'm fine with, I want him to be, you know, in front of me, and then whoever else wants to be in front of him, it's up to you guys.
I can do that.
Yeah, we should form up around him as best as possible. All right, so I'll take the lead.
I'll go invisible
All right.
and follow whatever plan happens as I leave. I'm out of here, guys. See ya. Good night.
Well, let's see. I'll send. I don't know. You have a little bit of exposition coming, so if you want, I can tell you what you all see when you step out. So you open the door and you do see out the dance floor. So you essentially move yourself outside on the platform out here where you'd be. I think Lars, you said you were taking. I mean, your intent is pretty much walk out. You're going down the stairs, like you own the place.
Yes.
So you've got.
I'm not even. I'm making like I'm not even looking at the bouncers. I'm just walking past them like I own the place.
Yeah, I'm lighting up a cig as I'm walking past them.
And then, what are you doing for Merritt? You kind of like keep it in between like this, something like that.
Yeah, he's in between me and Eric. Like I need him in front of me to make sure that, and Eric in front of him, or whoever in front of him. I mean, we don't know where Oliver is, and we kind of do.
I could be in front.
But yeah, like basically,
or whatever.
we're sandwiching him to make sure that he's protected on both sides.
Yeah, you kind of like moving out like this.
Right.
Okay. All right. So you step through. The door closes. The bouncers. I mean, like you're not really staring directly at them, but they do like look at you or notice you. And as you get out to here, Come on. Right, get the right mouse. Actually, I'm going to place you just on the. This is where you were upstairs. I'm just doing this because we're showing the first place as the setting. So
is this the downstairs?
yeah. So this is the first floor map, but you're still
Yep.
up on the second floor. I'm just doing this
I see.
a relative
I understand.
distance. What's going to happen is going to happen in the entire room. So I'm going to show it here. So here, floating up in the air, even up a little bit higher than the second floor, you see a woman floating up in the air besides the fish tank. She's blonde in a black ankle length pencil skirt, black patent leather high heeled boots, with a white high neck ruffle blouse, the neck tied in a black silk tie in a loose double knot, a long cigarette holder in her right hand, and a huge garish diamond bejeweled gold watch hangs lazily and heavily about the wrist, about her left wrist. You notice in the fish tank that the mermaid is gone, and then you see the connections. They both had blonde hair. The pencil length, the ankle length pencil skirt is similar to the mermaid, legs or going down to the fins. The build is about the same. The cigarette holder and the cigarette she's holding is similar to the wand, the breathing wand that the mermaid had been carrying, and you realize it's the same person. She looks like this. Let's see. She's just floating there, smoking her cigarette, and says, "So you're the ones who killed Toth. I guess I can't afford to underestimate you." And at this moment, you realize you can't move. You're like stuck in place. It's almost like your bones are able to strain against the inside of the muscles in your skin, but the rest of your body is kind of fixed in place, although your eyes are able to pan and move. Your chest isn't moving, you're not quite breathing, but you don't feel like you're not breathing. You're just sort of frozen and unable to move. She introduced herself, says that I'm Hannah Fedor, but you can call me Zeitschmied, or in English, Timesmith. Also, fangen wir von der Anfang an, sollen wir? As she says, let's begin from the beginning, shall we? She snaps her fingers, and all time around you slows down. Everything in the room starts to grind to a halt and motion stops. The music seems to get slower and lower in tone, almost like you're listening to a record player that you've unplugged, and you hear the sound kind of grind to a halt until there's no sound at all. And the last note that was playing echoes throughout the large open room. All the dancers are standing in place. There's a bartender that's shaking a drink, and it's got one of the bottles spinning midair, and all the bubbles that have been blown hangs fixed in the room. And she says, "Let's begin at the beginning." Snaps her fingers, and time starts moving backwards, slowly at first, and then gathering in speed. All the dancers start dancing backwards. The music starts playing backwards, faster and faster, until it's in sort of like a fast rewind. And people are blurring by. That bartender you saw leave earlier kind of goes backwards through you into the door behind you. And the music keeps playing almost like a squeakly, quickly going backwards. She starts turning one of her hands, and the speed starts to slow down, almost like it's arriving at an earlier time in the evening. The different dancers seem to be filing out backwards in the order that they came in, and the music seems to start slowing down from this squeaky high pitch back almost towards normal speed. So she's here up above the second floor. Behind her, up on the second floor, you see the cigarette smoking woman, and she is looking down through the fish tank and in reverse motion is tapping on her hand backwards. And then down below the fish tank in the first floor, you see Blitzman and Sternschnuppe walking backwards from up here. The cigarette smoking woman walks backwards back to her table, and then she taps in reverse. Then she stops, turns, and looks at all of you right now where you are on the second floor. She looks you right in the eyes and signals to, eyes covered, goes like this and spins her hand, her finger aiming upwards. She then picks up the gold Dunhill lighter that Lars had just used there. She picks that up off the table where it's still sitting in that time, lights a cigarette, drops it in her jacket pocket, at which point, Blitzman, you feel the weight disappear from your pocket. So it was in your pocket, and now you feel the weight of it gone, or if you were holding it in your hand, if you wanted to do that lighting thing.
It was in my hand. I said I lit the lighter, and I was walking through the door with it lit.
Then in that case, it vanishes from your hand.
Okay.
As she drops it in her jacket, she turns and steps behind one of the other patrons, and you don't see her come out the other side. So this whole time, while time was going really fast and is starting to slow down, she seemed to go with it, like moving backwards towards the table. But when she reached the table, it's almost like she went back into forwards motion or in a different rate than the rest of them as she looked at all of you and gave you this address and then disappeared. And at that moment, time again slows down to a complete stop. The last note that was playing echoes in this empty big room. And then she makes a kind of a sweep with her hands, like a splitting motion, snaps her fingers, and the band, all the band members in the bandstand start playing the music again. And it is the song that played right when you all first came in. She snaps her other hand, and all of the dancers and all the rest of the motion in the room starts back up again, but about 1/10 of the speed. So now she's floating there. Everyone in the room is still dancing and moving, but kind of in slow motion. But the music is playing at normal speed. And she says, she swings her arms and says, "Let's dance. You can all now move again and roll initiative." So I'll take him off. This is
That was pretty damn cool.
That was.
site.
All right, I'm heading out.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Have a good night, guys.
Eddie vanishes.
Bloop.
See ya.
See ya.
9. I thought I had rolled a total of 3 with 3 dice, but one was a 7.
9 for the shooting star.
16.
I hope my rolls get better. I have not rolled over a 12 tonight. I think that was a 7.
And Taylor, what'd you have?
14.
14.
Mike, I think you should just run this guy right out while we distract her.
I don't think we're going to be able to. I
No.
think this is one of those reality type things where
He's
don't
Merton
have a
frozen.
Merton appears to be moving at 1/10 speed, just along with everybody else in the room. Okay, I've got you all in initiative order.
Oh, I see.
She seems to be on the ball, almost like she could move, but just waves on to you and says, "First dance is yours." Now, just for ease, I'm just going to play this on a single board, so we're not having to move people between the top and bottom, and we'll just keep track of who's on which floor. just because she's going to be in the middle and all these other patrons on the dance floor, and I thought it'd be too hard to have to keep sweeping left and right between where everyone is. So, you are all positioned here, but you are on the second floor. You can go up or down the stairs or around here either way. For where she is for height, I mean, pretty much everywhere you can see her is just a fish tank would be blocking her. Although, if she's up here and if you had moved like here on the first floor, you wouldn't be able to see her because you got the overhang between the two of you. So you can use this if she's up high and doesn't move lower. You can essentially use the two floors as cover, above or below, depending on how you wanted to move or act. So with that, the first to go is Lightning Man, and I'll actually I'll leave all of Ramos Ruiz just in case. I'll turn him gray to say he's technically not here. He's really invisible.
You said she appears to have moved it so that time is the time that we walked in here, kind of thing. The time.
So as far as time, first at time of day and stuff, it seems to be like the actual moment you first walked through the doors
And
to arrive. At least that's
around and stuff.
At least that's the song that's playing. And other than that, all of you and her are kind of in sync with each other, but everything else in the world seems to be running at 1/10 speed.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if there's patrons, you'd have to kind of walk around them, or if you knock them over, they'd probably start to fall and take, maybe like a minute to hit the ground. Or if you picked up some object and threw it over the ledge, it might take that long to fall.
Let's try it again.
So,
Oh, I don't know. Let's just say 30 feet.
Okay, so I'm gonna quietly say over my shoulder, protect the doctor and get him the hell out of here. And I'm gonna move. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Is she higher than the fish tank, or she's like that fish tank is
the fish tank is
ceiling, right?
floor to ceiling, like
That's
the
what
whole
I
length of the place.
Okay.
The first floor is about like 1 story, but between just the size of the floor itself, if you were walking over here underneath it, you could almost touch the ceiling with your hand. Whereas on the second floor rung, from that to the ceiling, basically the roof of the building, it's a bit more. It's more like just from there up, maybe like 25, 30 feet. And she's kind of floating, maybe almost pretty much where the mermaid was, maybe like 10 feet down from the ceiling and like 15 feet up from this floor. So like if she were floating like right here and you walked over here, you still wouldn't be able to reach her if she was higher up, just where she is at the moment. And all of these patrons, these are all down on the floor. That's why I have her at 30 feet up.
Okay, so I assume that I can move through patrons that are marked green, right? Or no?
For this, I'd say no. You'll have to go around them.
Okay, so what I want to do is attempt to move as close as I can to this table, and if I have any action left over, I want to tip it over and get behind it.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 30. So that would be moving 30 over towards it.
Yeah, well, I'd have to do a double move.
Okay.
I wonder
Would I
if
be-
objects and people are immovable objects.
Would I be able to flip the table over also, or no?
I'd say yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to put you essentially where the table was and have it. This is almost like it's upended, laying on its side.
Okay.
And it does seem to be like while you're moving it, you are able to move it. It's almost a strange feeling, like say you were to, if this is the table, say you were to tip it like half the way over and just let go, it would probably like start falling, but slowly back. But while you are engaging in it, it does move with you. It's not like you're having to lift a special hard to get the object to move. You're almost like learning the physics of how this works. But yeah, you are able to manipulate objects. So you're able to, with your, you only took 15 feet to get there, and your minor action, you could tip it up and essentially hunker behind the table.
Okay. That's it. I'm done.
And the Favandler.
I am going to try something a little bit new. I'm going to do a focused action. I'm going to try and do flight on myself at power level 6, which basically matches my speed, finally. Let's screw me over. Okay, that's bad, that's bad. I might not make it. Four, 3. I hit. Oh, wait. Advantage. Oh, there we go. That takes away that 4, 11. Pretty sure I hit 25.
Yep, that's enough. You needed 22.
But I needed like 24. I wasn't going to hit it.
So you have flight 6 on you, yeah, which is a movement speed of 30.
And then that's going to take off my shapeshift. And that was my focused whole move.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of pull in and go like, brah! Then just like all
Yeah, I was
these
gonna
kind
say, were you, if you were still a monkey, were you a flying monkey? Actually, they had
I would
fezzes,
need to
didn't they?
sustain that. That would be great. But I'm just myself now, but with
a fez,
huge wings.
no less.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, why'd you? I'd say that's a fez.
It is. It's a small fez.
Yeah, it totally is.
This is what I base my character around.
Yeah. And okay, that's metamorph and blue suit.
Wow, I get to go before her.
Yeah, you did see she was kind of like ready to act, but she kind of gave a like.
She's being
It's like when you get into a fight with someone, but they refuse to throw the first punch. So it's like,
she's being presumptuous, right?
we're ready to dance. First dance is on you.
All right, we're doing an Iron Man landing. So this is what's happening. I'm kicking off my my jump shoes, and doing a double move. So I get flight 6, which I can move 30, but I'm gonna do a double move, and it's going to be they kick off because they're reliable. I don't have to activate the Bane. They happen.
Okay.
Having paid for that. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. I'm gonna right here land, extend my shield, and draw my gun.
And the flight, it's almost like a jump thing. It's not like it's
Yeah,
on
it's
and
not
off.
persistent flight at this time. I wanted to
Yeah,
have
yeah.
iterations of it, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
more
yeah,
like
yeah.
it pushes me forward, and then it's like a pneumatic type of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you did the launch up in the air, fly up, and then do this arc, and then superhero landing here.
Right, but then so like I have now resistance to precision as well as forceful, and then I have my gun out, and yeah, basically I just like stand down.
And you said you had the Schlagstock out, and then
No,
with
I
the
have
shield.
my handgun, and I extended my shield from my
Yeah, the
watch.
handgun and the shield, and then the shield does what, resistance for
Resistance to
forceful
precision.
and precision.
Yes, my suit by default is persistent resistance to force, and then my shield when it's extended is persistent resistance to precision. So it gives me that.
Yeah, I think the suit is figured into your base
It
stat.
is
It's
already
just
it's already figured in, yeah. But
just a shield when you extend that
right.
turns on. Okay, so you land there, and Sternschnuppe.
All right. So my intention is to pick up. Oh, what's this guy's name? Can't read it. Too teeny.
Merton. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick him up in a fireman's carry and head towards the stairs. I probably
Okay.
have to go slower, but that's my intent: is to try to get him out the door while everybody's doing all the distraction.
Talk about like learning the physics of the
Yep.
place. When you go over to move him, like you put your hand behind him, you
Yep.
find that he is like fixed in place. Like you can't it's like kind of the clothes move behind him, and there's a little bit of compression on his skin, but you're unable to move him out of that place or pick him up. It's almost like he weighs 1,000 pounds.
So Lars can move the table, but I can't move him.
You didn't see that, but yeah, basically, in this case, this inert object, he was able to move. This human being, you were not able to move. But you can't quite collaborate concepts like that unless you're actually shouting back and forth.
No, but I
updating
could
each
see
other.
him move the table. That's what I was getting at. From where I am, I can see.
I guess, but it's what can you see and what are you focusing on? I mean, there's not too many people here. It's just say this guy started moving at normal speed. You can't say like, "Well, I just saw that," because he's in my field of vision. It's what are you focusing on? So I mean, you are looking at your own people. Lars did move. You did see him move the table, so I'll say you would deduce that.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You can't quite go by what everyone is doing as something that everyone knows. Like you're not all hive mind when someone talks to Merton. Like you don't all instantly know. You just try to play that whether you would have actually noticed it or not.
Okay.
I think what he was getting at is this appears to be line of sight, right? I mean, this is just a handrail, isn't it?
Yeah, but you're in a massive room with a person trying to kill you flying up in the air. I'm just saying it's a little bit of a stretch. Was he like watching? Okay, there goes Lars. Okay, he flipped over the table. All right, now I'm gonna go do my move. Or is
I gotcha.
Lars goes off and runs. Blue suit jumps over. He's getting ready to grab him and go and run. He's watching the target. I don't know if you would all be studying every one of your. I'm allowing it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I
this
see what you're
is
saying.
like your yellow card. Like play it easy with the. Everyone knows you're not all omniscient as far as what happens in the room. That's what I'm trying to say. There is a bunch of people in between. I'm not sure you really pay attention to like. Well, how's Lars doing? Oh, he was able to flip the table over. Let me write that down. I'm just saying. Give me a little.
Are you
there.
a god? Second Ghostbuster reference of the night.
She does not have a flat top or glowing red eyes, so she's not Azul, or which she's supposed to be Gozer. Forget.
I was just trying to understand the situation. In the meta,
I get that, but in this case, like
in the
learning
meta,
kind of the
he can
physics
tip
of the
it
whole
over, but
situation.
so the physics aren't that.
Oh, I get it.
Just because you're there, just because you can move a table doesn't mean you can move a person.
Right. Yeah, so I see where you're going with it, Eric. So Eric, you're
Yeah.
just trying to understand I guess because
situation.
we can't move through the patrons, we have to move around them, like Kurt stated. So I see what you're saying. You're like, so does that mean like all inanimate objects?
It is an important observation to make. I'm just saying, like, game wise, that's like something you can do. It's not like once everyone learns a little trick, everyone instantly knows that trick. And
That's
No,
fair.
I wasn't thinking that.
having a compatriot do an action, you're not literally always following their actions exactly. So yeah,
No.
I'll say you did you did go to move him. Like, wait, I can't move him. Wait, that's right. Lars just flipped over that table.
No. That wasn't my intention.
No. I'm saying that's the way I would play it out, rather than you're studying Lars, seeing.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
Lars
no.
could definitely move that table because I saw that. I'm gonna go now do move Martin. Like that level of deduction.
Yeah,
would be a little
no.
too much.
That wasn't. I wasn't even thinking about Lars moving the table when I decided to move Martin.
Yeah.
Because that was I was just like, hey, I got to get this guy out of here. That was all I was going for.
Yeah, and then I
And
figured
so-
that's because you kind of mentioned that before. You were gonna try that anyways.
Yeah.
I would just say the way it probably played out more was that you went to move him, then you went, oh wait, that's right, he did flip over the table. It seems like in their objects, at least you've picked this up. I mean, actually, if it's still your turn, you could say this to try to shout it out to the rest of the people. Yeah, I
the
just
only
didn't
thing
want
I
to
would
do it so
say,
that.
the only thing I would have said is, I can't move him. I'm trying to move Martin. I can't move him. And that's all I would say. I wouldn't even try to say anything about the table or anything else.
Yeah. Or when Lars is trying to talk about like moving through the patrons, the 5 foot space is kind of that, if you're standing there, you can kind of go around someone or they'll kind of politely lean out of the way. But if someone's like dancing and moving, they're taking up a little bit more space, and you'd have to be like knocking their arms out of the way or something to literally go through them. So that's why I had Lars kind of walk past them. If he had literally tried, like, no, I'm just gonna nudge Patron 88 out of the way, I would have said, okay, you're not able to actually move him. So
Okay. So I have a second question, and it's just so that I understand, and I'm not asking for the physics. I'm just asking in game purposes. Since I have no weapons that I can use to do anything distance, could I potentially grab like a glass ashtray and throw it as a weapon?
So, I mean, back when we'd taken out all the other guards and stuff. That's why I started again the intro with they had the Mausers and the hatchets.
Right.
If anyone wanted to grab any.
Right. And I did not pick one up. I'm just wanted to
I don't know
try to
if
back
anyone
up
else,
and
if anyone else actually said they did, or if you wanted to go back and grab one or something like that.
Remember when I was disarming all of them? Do you think I grabbed all their guns?
I don't know. I guess my impression, I thought that at least somebody had grabbed one of them. I thought.
So anyway,
I'll take it. I don't know. I thought one of you had grabbed them. The Verwandler always absorbs all these objects anyway, so I'll say that he had absorbed a couple of them.
Okay.
So you could ask him for a gun or a weapon if he has one.
All right. I just didn't know if a thrown weapon like an ashtray would be at all equivalent to punching. But I guess it wouldn't.
Yeah, it's hard to say, like an improvised weapon. If you let's say even the time thing notwithstanding, say you just picked up a chair and hit someone over the head with it, would that be the same as an actual weapon? And I don't know. It'd be arguable. Like on the one hand, yeah, you could chuck an ashtray to do some damage, but you figure it'd probably do less damage than a shooting with a gun. So maybe that's something that the description doesn't say. I would say, yeah, you could probably throw it to try to get some kind of effect or some kind of damage, but it probably wouldn't be as effective as a gun.
Right. Okay, so I will just say, hey, I can't move this guy. I'm going to have some offensive weapon. I don't have anything. And so if he has something, he can drop it out of his body or whatever.
Yeah. So we'll say,
and I'll get it next round.
You could say that, and on his next turn, he could. You've really only used minor actions so far, so you could do anything else you want to do with a major or a move.
honestly, I would say trying to pick him up would have been a major action because I was trying to, with all my might,
Oh
to
yeah,
lift
well
him.
that's true. You're really
So
moving into position to do a fireman's carry, like put him
Yeah.
over your shoulder.
So I'm just gonna say that that's it for me this round. Maintaining my force, and
maintaining
that's
your
where I'll stop. Yep.
Okay. And that was it. That was the last one. Okay, so Hannah Fedor. Uh, so the blue suit fires his jets, launches off, lands in this position, whips the gun and the shield out, and she makes kind of a face like that's adorable and gives you a little bit of a golf clap. And then she almost makes a motion like she's grabbing something with her hand, and you feel something on your left hand, so that you're not really holding your shield. I'm assuming your left hand is free because the shield comes out of the wristwatch,
Right.
but it's just on your hand. It almost feels like if you stuck your hand into ice water for really long, that kind of pain that comes with it, or the feeling of like arthritis kind of in your joints. It's this kind of a rending pain, and when it lets off, it almost like let goes, like someone's letting go of your hand. You look at your hand, and your fingernails are all like you haven't cut them in like 2 months.
So
Your
I'm
fingernails
wearing
are
gloves.
actually
So I'm wearing
longer.
gloves. Does it like my fingernails grow through my glove or some weird shit like that?
Or if you have gloves, it's like you feel the resistance of the leather
Right.
pushing on your gloves, or I mean, you get that sometimes when you're wearing shoes and you haven't clipped your toenails in forever. You kind of feel the pressure on your hand. So with that, you take 3 points of damage, but you feel the pain and the effect of it. And it's strange. It's a really strange, awkward feeling.
Damn it. Hey,
And with that, and she doesn't move. She still stays floating where she is, and just like takes another puff of her cigarette. And it's back to Lightning Man.
All right, so from behind the table, I'm going to attempt to electrocute her.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're definitely fine for range.
Now, Lars, would you say you go into like finger pistols to shoot lightning, or do you rather use like that the Emperor?
Like the Emperor?
if you ever
Yeah.
saw Misfits of Science, which was a short-lived TV series in the '80s, there was a guy called Johnny, and he did the Johnny Be Good thing, but he shot. He was like bam, 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 like he would shoot lightning like it, like with a.
Oh, bad. 16.
I don't know how the video is gonna come on. I think 16. That'll take too long to play
Is it
anyway.
the full movie?
No, it's the video. I think one of the TV episodes. You shoot the lightning at her, and it just goes wide and seems to impact on the wall behind her. And then there's some sparks and flashes of light. All around the room on these walls is all the little gels and spots kind of swinging around all in slow motion, and some of the arcs kind of connect with them, and you get some kind of sparks off of the metal, but it doesn't seem to strike her.
Okay.
And I'm guessing you're not moving. You're staying behind the.
Yeah, I'm staying like crouched with partial cover with the table or whatever.
Okay. Metamorph.
I'm gonna turn around. And
And also the shooting star had said, I'm going to need a gun. So
Exactly.
for one of your minor actions, you could just like drop a gun out into his hands, so we'll have it.
yeah, I was gonna reach in as a minor and then grab out a gun that's a little bit slimy. I was like, sorry, hand it off to him. And then, can I, as a it's a double move hit with disadvantage? Can I do that?
A charge?
Yeah, that one.
Yes, I believe so.
I want to just go straight for her. And yeah, just like Superman fist.
Yeah, move up to twice your speed and make one melee attack at disadvantage 1. So 5, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60. I'd say, without having to get into all the trigonometry and stuff, I'll say it's enough that you're able to hit her. You're maybe like 5 feet below her in height. So you, like, smack her leg or something.
Okay.
Because you had to basically go 60 feet this way, but also up about 10, which is kind of just shy. But you're able to get a swing on her.
Sweet.
What you're just doing, like a wild punch or like a
Yep. Straight punch. Yep.
Superman punch. Okay.
Superman, I hope. At disadvantage, that's a 3, a 1, and a 4. So the 1, 3, 4. That's an 18.
An 18 does hit.
I'll take.
So you fly up, and as I said, it's just you're a little on the low side, so you kind of like punch like right at her knee or just above and hit her thigh, and it hits her, and she, like, around the center axis, she seems to spin in place. So she kind of like goes head over tea kettle, kind of comes back up. She's still holding her cigarette holder and kind of gives you an ow. She she is showing pain, but she's also kind of emoting a little bit of sarcasm through the pain, like that really hurt you, shit.
You better make of the time, all right? I don't know.
Okay. And blue suit.
All right. Yeah, Julia. So I'm just gonna do I'm just straight up just gonna do a shot. Um, I'm gonna shoot and hope that I get to apply the force move into. I want to basically. I'm hoping to shoot her back towards the stupid aqua tank.
Okay.
But it's a 10
Yeah, so
foot.
you're doing a damaging attack, and if it's 5 over,
If it's
we
5
probably
over, that's what I'm hoping for. So if I spend a legend point, it's only advantage, right?
Yes, I'm still in negotiations with myself about changing that rule.
It's just like for like when you have so I get an extra die 6.
Yeah, it in a way it doesn't really come out to much. I want to do something better, but all the ones I'm thinking of a couple of different ways. I didn't want it to be too overpowered, so I'm still mulling it over. So for now, yeah, it is just an extra one of those extra dies.
All
Like
right,
if I did an extra die 20, that's a little too
that's
much.
too much.
But then
You know what? But it's like
want
if
it
you
to
have
be.
2 die 8, yeah. So I'm gonna do 3 die. I'm gonna spend a legend point to get an extra die 8 of my 2 die 8, so I have 3 die 8, and hope that I get really good.
Well, let's try my. So one of the options I was considering, and let's try this just as a trial, is advantage was going to add a die, but all it does is it adds a die, not as advantage, just adds a die to it. So if you normally roll a die 20 and 2 die 6, you just get one more die 6, and that die 6 stays.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that spare one, I guess I would have to roll that one separately because of the explosion.
You would have to roll it separately, but whatever you roll, it's just going to add to whatever you've got.
All right. So let me.
The current system is you would roll it, and it would potentially replace one of the bad dice.
Correct.
This would just come in addition to.
All right. So
this is the draft I can think is the most kind of on balance, and considering it's another chance for explosion, you do get a little bit.
Oh my.
Oh no.
I already said I'm gonna spend it. Fuck. I can't even. Die 20, 1. Die 8 number 1, 1. Die 8 number 2, 2. I already said I was spending it, loading the other die 8. Maybe we'll get one of those lovely cascades, right?
You never know. Let's see.
I am at 4. It's not my night, man. Total of 10.
The shot goes wide and hits the wall, up well above the patrons. This is higher up on the second floor. And again, it seems to collide with a lot of the machinery and the spots and stuff. And you again get some more like sparks and a little bit of bent metal up on that wall. And the lights seem to flicker a little bit as it hits. But it does not do any damage to her.
It's fucking ridiculous. All right.
And,
I'm gonna
and
take
any movement or anything else.
I'm gonna take a 5-foot step, diagonal, so to here.
And you can move as much as you want. You can always like attack.
Yeah,
move,
but
attack.
that's kind of where I want to be right now.
Sure.
And then I'm going to. That's it. Damn it.
Okay. So Sternschnuppe, and you do have the gun now.
All right. I would like to move with the gun to here. And then I will take a shot with the pistol, which is just within that 50 feet, and try to hit her with a damaging attack.
Okay. And with guns, you can go to further range increments at just disadvantage. It's only
Yeah.
powers that are locked into only your distance.
Yep. So that was a total of 12. So I'm assuming I missed. Did the bullet fly the way we are used to?
Yes. Yeah, so
Okay.
the bullet did fly through the air. And again, it hits the wall behind her with some more sparks and stuff as it's kind of hitting this random machinery. Can
Okay.
everyone roll a bear die 20? I'll start with the
17.
story die. 17.
2.
My naked 20 is an 8.
16.
All right, so you do notice a couple of one of the gel lights actually goes out from the between the bullets and the lightning and the force hitting it, and so some of the lighting effects go out in the room. But other than that, it seems to be normal, like normal damage to machinery. Shooting star, and then Zeitschmied. Okay. And Metamorph, what is your toughness?
It is 21. Oh, toughness. Sorry. That would be 17. Oh, goddamn exploration! Botsy is nice to.
She turns to you, waves bye-bye, and then you suddenly feel really heavy. You feel like because you're flying yourself, like you feel like suddenly you're carrying the weight of like two more you, and you fall down onto the bar and actually crash onto the bar and send a bunch of glasses and a wine bottle flying. Although as soon as they're knocked out of place and reach midair, then they just start like slowly falling down to the ground. And by the time you do reach the bottom, you take 3 points of damage, but you feel the weight gone. So in translation, it's like a forced move, literally. But story wise, like you felt your mass triple and just like slam down on the bar, sending glasses and everything flying, and then sort of recover. So you still have your flight up. You're not stunned or anything. You're not technically prone, but because you're flying, but you're roughly laying down on the bar, and it takes some damage.
I thought she nullified me for a second. I was scared. Okay, I got my plate still. Whew.
and Metamorph, and then Blue Suit again.
Is it really back to me again? Oh.
Sorry. That was her action. She attacked Metamorph. It wasn't Metamorph's turn. It's Lightning Man's turn. I got into too much story description of Metamorph, and then I got into his turn.
All right. I'm gonna take another shot at her.
Okay.
Man, suck. 17.
The lightning just misses her, and she actually swerves over to the side a hair to avoid it, and then hovers in position. So it like the lightning almost hit her, passes her, but because either because of her moving or the blur of it, you don't actually see where it struck on the wall. You just notice that she just barely got out of the way of it.
Okay.
17 and a guard of 18, technically by the stats, but this is what it looked like. And anything else?
I'm gonna look over toward Merton to see if they've gotten him out of there, and still seeing him there, I'm gonna be like, "We gotta get him out of there." But I guess, would I have heard Eric's shout from where I am before?
So let's see. I'll make a perception check.
He said he couldn't move him, right?
So he did shout aloud that he couldn't move him, but the music is still really loud in the place, so you actually didn't hear that. And from where you are, kind of crouched down behind the table with all these patrons in between, you can't really make out Merton there. Although you can see Shooting Star here, kind of shooting up.
Okay.
All right. Now it's the Metamorph. So you're now like late. You're not technically prone because you're flying, and getting up is just kind of a vertical movement.
Can I get to her in one movement,
Uh,
or am I gonna have to do another double move to get to her?
25.
Because it's looking like two
Because
movements.
she's 30 feet off of the floor. You're probably 5 feet off the floor. So she's 25 foot directly up, and then another 5 over. So I'd say you're 5 short.
I'm gonna go with the charge again.
Okay.
I'm angry. That's a 1, a 2, and a 1. That's a 19. It was a 16 on the d20 at the very least.
19 total.
Yeah. I was counting out my d8s.
Okay, gotcha. That's enough. So again, you smack her. This time you're a little bit you're more on par with her, and you do land a hit, and she does seem to take the hit, but it's almost like if she was like attached to a rubber band and you hit her and she kind of like stretched back and then swung back into place, but still did damage.
I'll kind of mock her and just laugh at her a little bit.
Okay. Now Blue Suit.
All right. Let's see what happens. I'm going to load up my new cartridge that does, so basically a flamethrower. Shoots oil at her and ignites it. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Much better. 24.
24 hits. So let's see.
If I do 5 over, it'll invoke persistent damage.
Okay. And so this is the cartridge on the gun, so like shoots oil and then it like ignites it. So
It's like a
like
flamethrower.
a fire, like a flamethrower. So the flames hit her and just envelop her, and she kind of like shrieks. The flames stop. The persistent damage would be this, the fire still burning, and well, the fire seems to burn her. The remaining fire that stays there seems to like almost spiral around her and then funnel into a small point like in her hand. So it did do over 5, but the persistent damage doesn't seem to work.
Gotcha.
It seems like the fire got pulled off of her, but she did take the damage. So her hair is a little singed, as is the nice blouse, and the rest of the sides of her cigarette are now on fire as she discards it out of the cigarette holder.
And I'll take a 5-foot step north, like in line with her.
Okay.
And yeah, basically that's me.
And shooting star.
So I know I can't move anybody, but where this green guy and the orange person are, can I go between them as a diagonal move?
Yeah, I would say as a diagonal, you could squeeze through there.
Okay, then I'm gonna end up 35 brings me here,
Okay.
and I'll take a single shot with my pistol once again.
Okay.
Not a whole lot better. 17, which I know misses.
So this time you shoot the gun, it goes off, the bullet goes, and it's about to miss her here, and she reaches up and just grabs it out of the air. It's almost like it slows down. She picks it up out of the air and then drops it, and it drops to the ground seemingly at a normal rate.
Kind of like a Neo thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it is now her turn. Blitzman, you see her look in your direction. She makes a motion of her hand with a fist, and the table in front of you, it's like wood, but like you see it like age and warp and turn brown and black and rot out as the boards just clutter to the floor in a pile of like old rotted wood. Like it's like got dry rot, like it's been sitting there for 100 years as the table just disintegrates in front of you. There's no damage to you. It's just the table like rot out in front of you.
Wow.
And she moves 5, 10, 15. You see the pane of glass, or the rounded pane of glass that is the tank. It's almost like the panes of glass like snap out and twist, but it's like two folding out and around each other. So it's odd. Like glass, it should impact itself. It's almost like multiple sheets are coming out, moving through each other, and you're still seeing the glass of the tank. So this is almost like you're seeing the air itself, or panes of glass out of the air folding in and around itself as she passes through the tank and out the other side. So you essentially can see her like floating on the outside of it with the same kind of folding space or folding air outside. And when this happens too, the water never moves. As much as you're seeing what looks like glass, the glass of the tank is still there. Think of something like a tesseract, like a hypercube, of things folding out of space and then back in on itself. Like you're seeing something in 4 dimensions fold in 3 dimensions and then back to 4. I mean, fancy way of saying it's kind of like a teleport.
Yeah, I was going to say like a teleport.
Yeah, but I like the way Kurt said it.
Yeah. It's just how she does teleport. That's all.
Yeah. Well, although as much as you see that, she doesn't. You did see a figure kind of seem to pass through the water, and come out. So it's not like she actually vanished. You did see some kind of pass through, but at least going through these planes, it appeared to look like that. Whereas when Eddie does it, he literally vanishes and then reappears. So it is kind of you do see a streak of motion.
Any chance to attack of opportunity her, or is teleport kind of get you out of that?
No, it doesn't matter if it's teleport or not, whether it's a move. So you get a hit on her as she starts flying away.
Oh, I'll take it.
And you are definitely melee. And I did read it. The rules actually literally say melee weapon, but I don't know. If you're
13.
engaged in fisticuffs, I think you get a punch.
Just
Sorry, what was it?
13.
13. So no. So and when she does move, she doesn't like turn around. She doesn't even turn her back on you. She just kind of like floats backwards, and as she does, you take that swing, and she just maybe lifts a little bit to the left with a smile, and she drifts backwards. And it's 9:26. So we're back to the top of the order, but this will be last round for the night. And it's I mean everything always takes longer. I figured this might take 2 nights to play out, but the downstairs soundproof room took even longer, so it's fine. You weren't supposed to beat her, and especially now that Eddie's gone, you're down one person. So if you're lucky, you'll have 2 more next week. Oh, sorry, a lightning man for first.
Well,
And you do know
guess
glass or water is a very good conductor, but glass is not.
right. All right. I'm gonna run down the stairs.
Okay.
So however far that gets me.
50, 20, 25, 30, 35. Oh, wait, 30. That's 30 is here. A double move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, yeah. So you're basically coming double move would get you to almost to the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
Actually, it goes the other way around. So really, you're here. Also, you're here. Yeah, you got to exit the stairs this way. All right, and the metamorph.
I got something odd I want to ask. Can I see our early can we see our older selves over here?
No, you don't.
Okay, just wondering.
That's an awesome question, though.
It is.
I want to do something weird. It might not work, but I want to do another charge, not at her, but right above her at the fish tank.
I think it doesn't. Unlike Pathfinder and stuff, it doesn't have to be in a straight direction. It can be a double move to any place. So you're saying something like like 5, 10.
Having done so many New Mutants issues recently, I was like, Cannonball, one of my favorite of the New Mutants, but that whole he's blasting forward and invulnerable, but it's kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah, but it's that he can't really take like hard turns to doing it.
I want to try and splash water on her, get her to the ground, maybe get her all watery, and then electricity her up. I don't know, but maybe the water will just kind of slowly come out. We're gonna see what happens.
You're taking the whole Wizard of Oz thing pretty far.
You're basically you're like trying to like punch the glass, actually break the glass of the fish tank.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're essentially striking the glass like behind her.
Yes.
And as I said, it's curved, so you kind of have a shot on it. So go ahead and make an attack roll, and I'll interpret what happens off of that.
Dude, you'd be way better off shooting the glass. There's no way you're gonna break it with your fist.
He might break his fist.
He's the metamorph. What are you kidding me?
Tank.
He can become different things. He's the metamorph.
That's true. That's true.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So you do hit right where you expected to hit, and it does make a crack in the glass. Although I mean, nothing like a break. You can like visually see kind of a crack, and you figured the glass is probably pretty thick, and the crack in the glass kind of shows you the thickness of it,
The
but
mystic.
it's not enough quite to break it.
Okay.
So I'm actually gonna put. Oh yeah, I'm blue.
Now maybe just stay there for another round.
Just so we know, I got a crack right there, pretty high up.
Someone needs to get a remote
Alright.
fast forward.
And go back to my initiative order. Metamorph, blue suit.
So top of the order was us. So Eric and Lars both went. Just verifying.
That's correct. Well, I already went.
Yeah, you went, but
Eric,
Eric could go.
Eric went.
Oh, he did. Oh, is he the first before her? Okay. I just want to make sure.
Well, we're in the last,
I'm near the end.
round.
Oh, you're near the end. Oh, my bad.
Yep.
I thought. I was...
Yeah. It goes Lars, Taylor, Mike, Eric,
Oh,
and then
okay.
her.
My bad. Can you scroll up a little bit so I can see?
Oh yeah.
5, 10, 25, 30. Taylor's above her. Oh, fucking hell. Of course she would do that. I was eloquent. Shit. Flight 6. Let's try to haste. Okay, of course she did. 10, 15, 20. That's just freaking pain in the ass. 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright, well, I'm going to do a boost jump over to here.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure I don't have a view of her.
I was going to use this to keep track of everyone's height, so in case everyone needs to, is trying to figure out how high. That just means you're on the second floor.
No, it's just off of her corner.
But this is really rounded. I mean, I meant this to be kind of, it's not quite an oval. It is rectangular, but rounded. And she's still 15 feet above you, and Taylor is between you, but he's so high up. I think you actually have a shot on her from there, given the rounded corner and given that Taylor is so high up.
All right, then I am going to eject the clip and just do a regular air shot at her.
Okay.
And hope for the forced move thing. Really, now at this point, it's not really ejecting the clip. I can actually switch down. Whatever clip's in, I can switch off to force. So I have to change them out for now. Next level, I'll be switching them in the gun itself. But I know it's minor action, but, I'm just trying to...
Yeah, no, it's role playing into the story, the limits.
Load. 5.
And because of the heights and stuff, if you ever say, like, if I move to here, would I have a shot? You just ask.
You fucking kidding me? All right, I'll take the 8.
Next week, we'll have better rolls.
My die 20 was a 2, but I rolled an 8. So let's see. Another die 8, die 10. Another die 8. There's die 8.
I rolled a lot of 4s on the D20 tonight. I don't know why I feel like
so 21. 23.
23 hits.
Is it 5 over for the force move?
It is 5 over.
I don't know if she moves or not, but she would be moved back 10 feet.
2.
Back into the crack.
20. She actually moves back 20 feet.
What?
As she drifts through the air. Well, I think even just role playing. I'm thinking forced move is going to have maybe more. Now, I guess if they're fixed into place, I'm just thinking like when you're just standing somewhere,
Right.
they're having to push against all the friction in the ground where someone's floating. But then when you're flying, it doesn't mean you're just being blown around by the air.
Yeah, so she does take that damage too.
Yeah, she does take the damage, and I'm just gonna say she does move the gets knocked back to 10 feet. Oh, but she does do the tumble again. So
Right.
actually, this time because you kind of hit her in the leg, she kind of gets knocked back and kind of goes head first around, and then kind of comes back up. Figuring someone when they're doing like wire work that can kind of spin around in place. So she did take 5.
I'm finally doing something.
you're hitting someone.
Yay! Although last game, man, I was rolling fucking like Vegas, baby. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like statistics. So that you have to come down sometime.
And shooting star.
All right. That changes slightly because of where she is now. What I was going to do. I don't have a shot on where I am. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I think I can end up here.
Okay.
And I believe I have a shot on her now.
You do 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, and it's within range too.
Okay. So I'll
You're
make
welcome,
an
Eric.
attempt.
I did
Yes.
something.
Well, I was just going to have to make a double move to get into position before. So,
Oh wait, that's because I was counting diagonals.
yeah.
Do I? Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you because I don't like the. I'm going both ways because we don't count diagonals when we move because it's just a pain in the
Right.
butt to do the math. But
Do you want me to just roll an extra die and do it at disadvantage?
yeah, I'm thinking because we have the lines for ranges. Yeah, I'd say just do it at
Okay.
disadvantage 1.
So that I got really lucky on that roll. I had to throw away a 7, but I got a 19 on my 20 sider, so that's 26 total.
6. Right. You do 8 points of damage.
Nice.
The bullet seems to wing her in the shoulder. She kind of almost spins in place with the momentum of it. Slows. She kind of grabs her shoulder and gives you a snarled look as a little bit of the humor is wearing away from her face.
Yep.
And it's her turn, and in retaliation, she strikes back. Where's my other? Oh, there she is. Fuck. Uh, she points at you with almost kind of like a high piercing point, and you start to feel a little bit of cold like around your right eye, but then it fades off, and she kind of like fuck shakes her hand out, like essentially translating a miss is.
Yeah.
Like you felt some kind of effect starting to come on, and you're almost kind of like blinking, and it feels really weird, like really cold air on your eye, and then it kind of like lets go, and like it passed over the peak, the magnitude of the peak of the wave just misses you in time, and yeah, and with that, that's the end. We'll pick it up next week, and you'll have to convince Mike Scott. Well, yeah, I think Eddie should be coming, but hopefully Mike Scott and Eddie will have some more folks to bring it down.
Yep.
And I'll step out.
You're talking about these ones, right, Taylor?
All right.
You're muted, but yeah, those are what
Good
you're
night,
talking.
everybody.
Night, man.
All right. Let's see. Okay, I've got everyone's height and position. Yeah, I think we're all set.
So you got this week off, huh, Kurt?
Yeah, it was the same thing. It was I needed to get rid of vacation time, and I didn't. I didn't. It was too soon to plan anything, and I was also feeling the. I don't know. I wasn't so much pissed like when not that I wasn't pissed. It was like after Gen Con didn't happen, I didn't feel it, but like 2 weeks later, you just get that general ire, like, man, I need a goddamn vacation. And then it hit me like, oh yeah, you were supposed to have a vacation 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah.
I decided to book it for this time because I got to close the pool, I got to mow the lawn, I got to do a bunch of shit outside, and I
Yeah.
thought it would be like a catch up because work has been so fucking insane.
Hey,
Like,
sorry to
yeah,
interrupt, but I got a phone call, so I gotta go. I'll catch you later.
okay,
See you, Lars.
see ya.
See ya.
I get out of work and I just sit there and like stare at the wall, like I can't even do anything. And when the weekend comes, I am just in no mood because I'm so overloaded for the week. So I'm like, well, I'll take the week off and do it, but I don't know. I'm Tuesday and I still haven't done much more than like laundry.
Yeah, last Thursday I had I had a shit day. Gordon and I went at it. Like
Yeah.
it was one of those meetings. So we do a stand up on Mondays and Thursdays, and we use Asana, which is a task based. I don't know if you know what Asana is, but it's basically task based project management. And our meeting has like action items, discussions, and blah blah blah. And the action items were basically sitting there, and I had been updating them with, and it was all like end user service, so my shit. So it's like we're having an IT meeting, but it's all my shit, and the guys that I have, and it was just like we'd go through them, and I kept pushing them out because I would comment like, haven't got this, need this, blah 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 blah, and we're sitting there last week, and he's just like, we're in the middle. He goes, dude, I'm calling you out. What the fuck, man? Like, you're not getting this shit done. And he just started, like, just losing it. He was just like, I'm pissed off. Fuck this. I'm out of this meeting. And he just fucking left. And I went, well, at first I, like, kind of fought with him. I'm like, what are you talking about? I've been, and then I just, when he left, I turned to everyone. I go, all right, fuck it. I'm out. And I'm out. So I like, got
Well,
up.
it's hardly professional behavior, especially for a manager to swear and leave a meeting.
But here's the deal. It's the good parts about him, and those are like the minor little ones, and both of us, we're very straightforward in our meetings, and it's just an IT meeting, no one else, so there's no hard